My bad. But like, people who were complaining about my sound last week. Here we go. Nelson, I figured you would like that. Will 777J Pizzle, how are you, dude?
Oh, I'm good, Thrifty man. Excited for today. Ready to get this going, man.
Okay, just because this is awesome news that happened today, I don't want to just forget the rest of the part of our show. What games have you been playing right now?
I have been playing
Or is the
Halo
list?
Infinite,
I think the
which
list
I
is
just beat
shorter.
today.
I think the list is shorter if I just ask you what games aren't you playing. I think there's only a couple of those. No, I'm just kidding. Go ahead,
No,
man. So you said you've been playing
I've only
Halo.
been playing two games, or three games. Halo Infinite beat today, so there goes Halo, and I can put my Xbox away till next year. Uh,
You
Cult
might
of the
not need it.
Lamb, might not even need it ever. Yep. Cult of the Lamb, the co-op, the Unholy Alliance update came out a couple days ago, so I've been playing that with my son, local co-op. Highly recommend that. It's coming on PS Plus next week, so great time to check it out. And I also beat Signy on easy mode a few days ago. And those are the games I've been playing on lately.
That's awesome. Actually, I think between last show and this show, I beat Mutants in Manhattan. No, not Mutants in Manhattan. I beat Turtles 3 for the NES. First time I'd ever played it too, so that was really fun. Beat that. Obviously, I cheated my damn way through the whole thing because that's what I did when I was a kid, anyways. I just had the Konami code: up, up, down, down, left, right, B A, B A, start, select. Like it's. I haven't used that code in decades, and it's still ingrained in my memory. But yeah, cheated my ass through that and got to the end. It was really cool. You actually got to see him become. Never mind, never mind. Just in case somebody else was like me, and because that game didn't really like sell well over here or something. I don't know. I don't know why I do not remember Turtles 3 for the NES. I remember Turtles 2, one of my favorite games. Anyways, and then I have been playing NHL 24 because I didn't purchase College Football 25, and I wanted to play a sports game, and we got that one free last month from our, well, not free, in our subscription service. Which, side topic, real quick, PlayStation is hitting heavy on that. We're going to talk about some subservice stuff a little later if we get to it. But yeah, they've been hitting pretty hard lately, and so I'm kind of excited about that. I'm kind of happy about that. Um, and then I've also started Assassin's Creed Origins. Um,
Mirage.
oh, whatever. Mirage. Sorry. And I already love that it feels like a direct continuation of Assassin's Creed Origins, not so much Assassin's Creed Valhalla. Within the first couple hours, I just made it a little bit past the like the full intro where the logo comes up and everything and all of that. So I just got my robes, I just got my fit, and the only real criticism I have of the game is that right when all the cool shit's about to happen, it cuts into like this movie style, cinematic, beautifully done. Oh, El Nini became a member. What is up, dude? Thank you. And that was from a gifted by RPG88 El Nini. If you drop back by the chat, just say thank you. No, RPG, no Valhalla hate. This is all about just a little bit about Mirage. Not all about Mirage, but a little bit about Mirage.
Here we go, Valhalla. Hey,
No,
don't
nope.
get mad because you guys can't control yourself and have to chase every
No,
shiny
no,
thing.
no, 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 no Valhalla hate. But I
Nelson,
the the biggest thing is that like the character's doing all this cool stuff and it's like a chase sequence at kind of the end of the first part of the beginning.
did you
And
get to the part where the ceremony happens and you get your
yes,
Dude, I thought that was
Yes.
so badass how they did that because we never seen it before. I mean, we saw it in Ezio collection, I believe,
Didn't they
but
cut
it
away
wasn't
from it
like
though?
this.
Like, yeah,
Yeah, they did.
they cut away hard. And this one, it was really cool. The special fit glove that went on him because of it, like,
Hmm.
you really got to see some cool stuff.
You
Anyways,
felt like an assassin, or you just got
oh my
introduced to the Assassin's
God,
Creed.
yes, that was the biggest thing. Is I felt like everything. It almost really made me forget that Valhalla and Spartan.
Origins.
No, the other
Oh,
one.
yeah.
The one that I can't even remember the name. It wasn't Valhalla. It wasn't Ragnarok. Shoot. Help me out, chat. What the heck is that game? The second one.
Odyssey.
Odyssey. Thank you,
Odyssey.
Lord Jesus. So yeah, it made me
Had to
forget
look at
that.
my collection real quick because I got all of them.
It made me forget that those two games even existed because it literally felt like I was picking right back up after Bayek. And so, awesome job. Also, this is before everything happened with I can't pronounce the guy's name, but Abulim. I think it's Amabulim. Anyways, the leader of the assassins in the first one. This is kind of a bridge between the old and the current. So, or vice versa, because of the way the timeline is being set up right now. So, really excited about that. I wish the game would have given me some more control in those really cool moments to make the player feel like I'm actually the one doing them. But still cool, great presentation, and the voice casting for the master is absolutely phenomenal. She, I could listen to her read me a history book. Like, she's fantastic. So when she's like going over the reasons why they do certain things and why they have certain tenets, like it's super super cool because it like just draws me in. And so anyways, those are the things that I've been playing and I am loving gaming right now. I told the chat earlier in the Discord, by the way, join the Discord. It's in the link. Some people joined from it last week. It's a wonderful time. We have a blast. We have a server now, thanks to Warawana. Uh, Remember that you're in Assassin's Creed Shadows. No, I'm not. I am not, and I won't be. But the shout out to Warwana. He made the thumbnail for tonight. He has added some stuff to the Discord. There is now a
So is
deals.
Warwana IT now? So do we just submit a help desk ticket
So,
or what?
so the way this works is Josh is the producer. He's the one that corrects us, keeps us on our toes, makes sure we get fed these whatevers, right? That like all these little talking points to make sure we don't screw something up, and if we do, he helps us out. Usually corrects us. And Wara is like Wara is definitely like IT, but he's also like creative. And he's also like patron care. He kind of does a lot. Like he doesn't always do the thumbnails, but when they look really cool, that's because of him.
He's kind of a director.
Kinda, yeah, kind of like a creative director. That'll work. But he did put some stuff in the Discord. Like I said, there's a deals page now that is lighting up all the time with Wario 64 post and stuff that people found at Best Buy and all the crap in the world is there. If you want a sale on a video game, go to that part of the Discord. You can find it. And so we have that now starting not this month, but at the end of next month. We will also be upgrading the Discord a bit. We're going to be signing up for the Nitro program. And with that Nitro program, it's going to give Wara access to do a ton more crap. I have not asked him to do this. When I first started the Discord, he jumped in, helped get a lot of stuff set up, and then a couple weeks after, he goes, "Hey man, if you sign up for the Nitro program, I can actually do a whole lot more in here." And I was like, "Oh, cool." And so I told him once the channel got monetized, I would do it. And once I was able to make sure, and this month is kind of the testing ground, once I was able to make sure that the channel was going to be consistent enough, then I would start budgeting money from the channel to pay for things. Instead of getting it and going, oh, that's cool, I can go get some stuff with that, versus, okay, cool, I'm getting this very consistently, it's going to happen and it's going to be there. So that's the stuff that's going on over there. On here, I added some alerts, so apologize, but if y'all subscribe, if you gift a membership, if you sign up for a membership, and if you do a super chat, there is an announcement that'll pop up on the screen. Just a small way for me to say thank you, to shout you out. A lot of times when y'all do those things, I don't get to them right away, and so it takes a minute because either Will is going off or I'm going off or something else, and so wanted to be able to have a way to shout y'all out. And I remember Jez from the Gaming Grindhouse, he told me about that there's a way to set up these announcements. So I had figured it out. I am proud of myself because I figured it out. Also, like I said earlier, my mic should sound a lot louder now. I am pegging out in the red with almost every single part of my speech right now. I see a ton of green. Whoops, I almost broke something. I see a ton of green in the chat. Let's start there. Holy crud, y'all have done a lot already. Henry Heck was the first one in here. Thank you, dude. What's up, Cosmic RPG 88? El Nini, Mr. Grimm, Outsider Gaming Night, Sir PlayStation. Rapping at that Sony SSD speed. That's right. James Williams, Conquer 218. What's up, Conquer? Xbox is going to lose for the 4th time in a row. Well, it's hard when you're a pimp and all your hoes are leaving.
And I just want to say, Xbox has never won. When have they won?
That's what he means.
I'm sorry, Thrifty.
4 times in a row.
Okay. He gave me the idea. Never mind. Yeah.
James Williams, what you know about Bone? Bro, Bone Thugs and Harmony, they introduced me to rap. Like, that's the song Crossroads is what got me interested in rap. And so they have been, dang, I've been with them since, or not with them, but I've been following their music since 1990, what was that, 95 or 96? I think 95 was the original release of East 1999 Eternal, and then 96, after Eazy-E died, they released the second version of the Crossroads, which, by the way, the first version is the better version. They released the second version of the Crossroads, and that's the one that got them super popular, sold like 20 million copies, and that's when all the stuff came out about Ruthless Records really screwing them over because Eazy-E wasn't there to kind of protect them and make sure they got their money. And so, yeah, a whole lot of stuff happened there. They basically didn't get paid a dime for East 1999 Eternal and Art of War, I believe, and which is why Resurrection took so long to come out. Anyways, I know quite a bit about Bone. Xbox is done. Cosmic Hero, yes they are. Nelson Gaming Culture, what is up, dude? Let's see. Am I missing anybody? Warawana, you made it. I love how you. Every time that you make it, you're always like, hey, I made it. Like we didn't just chat like 20 minutes ago. Like, hey, I made it. I am glad you're here. And you do a ton.
Director
Warawana, that's no shit. Yep, Warawana is the IT guy. Zero still, what is going on, dude? Okay, Michael Moradin, how are you? Welcome.
James Williams, you get him?
I got him. That was the Bone Thugs and Harmony question.
Oh, yeah.
Heck yeah, I got him. That's my Thuggish Ruggish Bones single went to straight ride. It's the motherfucking guy. Yeah, it did. That was great. I loved that single. What's funny is I didn't find out about that single until like I want to say 2 years after Art of War, because you got to remember back in '96 when I got that when I got the Eternal album, In 1996, there wasn't really a ton of internet and finding and looking up discographies and all that. That's why a lot of people put them in the booklets. Like when you opened up your book of the tape that you had, it would have like, hey, check out these other albums. And so I had no idea. I found out about a lot of Old Bone songs, like on Faces of Death and Creeping on the Come Up. I found out about those after Art of War was already out. And Art of War was okay. I think they could have just done a single disc because half of the songs were just meh, and the other half were amazing. So they could have just done like one disc and been fine. But I think they were trying to fulfill their fucked up contract with Ruthless, if I'm not mistaken. But then they did Resurrection, and that was awful. And then all the other studio albums after have been pretty damn solid. They are fantastic. Anyways, so tonight, the FTC killed Xbox marketing. How the hell did they do that? Oh, by the way, I absolutely love the thumbnail for this thing. Give Warwana a shout out, big win, something in the chat, because he did great with this, and I couldn't have asked for anything better. So thank you so much, and we are going to get started. This is the first. This is the first article. So how did the FTC kill Xbox marketing? Well, we know that Xbox does shady shit with their game releases, game previews, reviews. They gift people things. They have rooftop parties. They sign ass cheeks. They kiss babies. They do all of this stuff. Just weird people. And they have this like little cult-like following that, hey, if you scratch my back, we'll give you an Xbox. Which I honestly think the guy who got the back scratch came out ahead in that deal. So let's see what the FTC said. This is great. Let me get this up here on the screen for y'all. And whoops, hang on. Technical difficulties, mainly because of me this time, not the computer. Hey, there it is. Okay. So the Federal Trade Commission announces final rule banning fake reviews and testimonials. Cool. If you don't read anything else, that doesn't sound that bad. Fine. Cool. Get that. Fake reviews. Now I want them to define what a fake review is and all that other stuff, which I hope they do in this article. And so let's keep going, because if you just read that, you're like, yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That's really good for the industry. That's really good for every industry, actually. Like, we don't want you telling us Coke is terrible when you've never had one because you've been drinking Pepsi your whole life. That's not what we want. We want to know, hey, is this good? Have you tried it? If you haven't tried it, then shut the fuck up. Like, that's super simple. And so this makes logical sense. You're like, oh, that's cool. That's not bad. How did that kill Xbox? Well, let's read. The Federal Trade Commission today announced a final rule that, okay, that's just the title. Fake reviews not only waste people's time and money, but also pollute the marketplace and divert business away from the honest competitors, said FTC Chair Lena Mother and Con. That's what the M stands for. By strengthening the FTC's toolkit to fight deceptive advertising, the final rule will protect Americans from getting cheated, put businesses that unlawfully game the system on notice. Probably no mistake for the use of that word right there. That says game. And promote markets that are fair, honest, and competitive. The final rule announced today follows an advanced notice of proposed rulemaking and a notice of proposed rulemaking announced November 2022 and June 2020 or 2023 respectively. The FTC also held an informal hearing on the proposed rule in February 2024. In response to public comments, the Commission made numerous clarifications and adjustments. So this is the part that matters. All this stuff right here that we're going to read, this is the part that matters. Fake or false consumer reviews, consumer testimonials, and celebrity testimonials. So that means if, I don't know why she just popped in my head, but if Mia Cunha is advertising for Taco Bell, the woman has to actually eat the damn food, the Taco Bell, like, done. Like, I'm guessing that's what that means. Actually, let's read. Instead of me jumping, let's go ahead and read. The final rule addresses reviews and testimonials that misrepresent that they are by someone who does not exist, such as an AI-generated fake review, or who did not have actual experience, actual experience with the business or products or services, or that represents the experience of the person giving it. It prohibits businesses from creating or selling such reviews or testimonials. It also prohibits them from buying such reviews, procuring them from company insiders, or disseminating such testimonials when the business knew or should have known that the review or testimonials were fake or false. That means, hey, if you're paying somebody to say some shit and they have no business saying that shit, guess what? You're about to eat shit. That's what that means. That means that you can't do that. That means that's not okay. That means, hey, LeBron, if you love your PS5, I don't need to see you in an Xbox commercial. Because that's false advertising. That's fake. That's a fake testimonial. You're only there because Bill Gates gave you money. Don't do it. Essentially, that's what that means. Will, if you have anything on this point, on this section, you can jump in, or I can keep going and read the next one, because the next one is spicy.
Yeah, no, keep going.
All right. Buying positive or negative reviews. Thrifty, why the hell would you want negative reviews? Because all press is good press. Keep the name out there. Keep it in your mouth. Listen, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan through and through. Jerry Jones doesn't give a flying freak about winning. All he wants to do is be a headline, be in the news, be in an article, be on every sports radio commentary because he said something stupid or said something off the wall like, you know what, we don't really care if the deal gets done with our top receiver. Yeah, you're a fucking moron. Yes, you do. But that's not the part that mattered. The part that mattered wasn't that CeeDee Lamb got screwed in that talk or made out to look like he's not important to the Dallas Cowboys, so we might lose him now to free agency next year. No, that wasn't the important part. The important part was that everybody in the world is talking about it. So negative reviews, even though they're negative, also it could be to stir up controversy. Think about how well Hogwarts Legacy did. I know people who bought 2, 3, 4 copies, only played one of them, just to make sure the game sold super well, because of all the controversy that was surrounding it. So negative reviews are not always a bad thing, especially with businesses, because a good marketing team, not the Xbox team, a good marketing team knows how to weaponize bad publicity and bad press and use it to their advantage. No tragedy ever goes to waste. I promise you that. The final rule prohibits businesses from providing compensation or other incentives conditioned on the writing of consumer reviews expressing a particular sentiment, either positive or negative. It clarifies that the conditional nature of the offer of compensation or incentive may be expressly or implicitly conveyed. That is important. That, I guarantee you, a parent wrote this shit. Because this is exactly how I have to handle my children. When I tell them, hey, you're going to get this thing, that means they are getting it. Or, hey, let's do you one better. If I say, hey, you need to stop doing this, but they know that I mean, good example. Hey, get out of the cookies. Those are for after dinner. And instead he goes and grabs ice cream, because I didn't expressly say to stay out of the ice cream too. He knows he's not supposed to be getting dessert. It's been implicitly conveyed. So what that means is, hey, if you give us a good review, that'd be nice. Maybe something could happen. Oh, okay, cool. All of a sudden you give a good review and then there's an Xbox on your doorstep. I mean, they never said I was going to get one. They never said it was going to happen. And so putting that implicitly conveyed at the end of that is actually extremely smart for them to do, because they know corporations like to get lost in the weeds and like to be very technical in the way they word things. If you've ever bought a car or sold a car, you know that you're fucked no matter what, because that's the way the contract is written. You're welcome. It's like you are willingly saying, yes, please, I'll take some more. Like, that's what you're saying. The whole contract says we own this car until you pay it off. That's what it says. And there's also a fine print on there that says we also own you, asshole. Like, that's it's because businesses are so good about being very meticulous with what they say. Oh, Lord help me Jesus. We got a $9.99 from Cosmic Hero and the damn alert box didn't go off. That's some bullcrap. The FTC got the last laugh, mate. Xbox putting games on PlayStation and they killed the console. It's bad right now. No wonder Twitter Xbox guys are out in droves. Oh, it's a beautiful sight. It's a beautiful thing. It's the most amazing thing I've seen all day today. It might be the best part of the news for the past 3 weeks. It's great. It's fantastic. I've had to listen to these asshats talking for the past 2 months, month and a half, 7 weeks, 8 weeks, ever since that damn showcase, and I am so happy. And now the FTC's come in and said, hey guys, the way y'all are marketing, you can't. And now Xbox has to be sitting there going, Phil, what the fuck do we do? And Phil looks over to Booty, and Booty goes, I just get the coffee. I don't know what you want from me. I get coffee. I give it to Satya. Satya tells me what to say. He spits it in my mouth. I spit it back in yours. Like, this is how this works. Satya, what do we do? And Satya's like, I need money. And then he slams the door in their face. Like, this is how these conversations have to be going right now. What do we do with all the YouTubers that we weaponize to lie for us? I don't know, Phil. What do we do?
Imagine that.
Oh, shit. There we go. It came through finally. For a second, that sounded like Jez. That was weird. I thought he was in the chat, and he said imagine that. And I was like, whoa, his name's not on here. Okay. Speaking of, I am an asshole. I said I'd send the invite, and I don't know. Is he live right now? I don't know if he is or not. I'm still going to send him the invite. Fuck it. There we go. I meant to send it to him about...
He just put out a link for a music video, or a link for a video. But he's not live.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So, a coffee spit train is crazy. It adds to the frothiness. God, I'm on one tonight. This is amazing, guys. I haven't felt this good since we did the show about our favorite gaming mechanics. Probably my two favorite shows right now are this one that I am currently in and that one. About to be coffee spit train crazy. Okay. So here we go. Buying positive or negative reviews. That's what they've been doing for a long time. Will, do you have anything yet? Do you want me to keep going?
No, keep going, man.
Okay. Insider reviews and consumer testimonials. The final rule prohibits certain reviews and testimonials written by company insiders to fail to clearly and conspicuously disclose the giver's material connection to the fucking business. The fucking's not in there. I just put it there. It prohibits certain reviews and testimonials written by company insiders that fail to clearly and conspicuously disclose the giver's material connection to the business. That's fantastic. You will have to say, hey guys, Ubisoft flied me out. They wined me. They dined me. They did all of this. I know I'm not a journalist. I know I'm nothing like that. But because I have this platform, I have to tell you that. Fantastic. Fantastic news. Hey guys, I promise, Xbox only gave me this console and this TV and this monitor and this controller and this thing. But guys, don't worry. I don't slant in their direction when I review games straight up and down. One of my favorite guys on YouTube buys every single one of his games. Even if he gets a code, he buys the game. It's ACG. If he gets a code, he gives the game away to one of his patrons. Like, I respect that dude. Another person that buys most of their games because a lot of studios don't send him codes anymore, is Angry Joe. Regardless of what you think about the dude, if he's going to give you a review for a Ubisoft game or a Madden game or a EA Sports game, he is putting his own money into that game. And so, really respect those guys. But also, those two guys, whenever they get a code, they're like, hey, I got a code. Here's this. I also bought a copy. I'm going to give my copy away. But just wanted you to know up front, hey, I got a code. Cool. Now you have to do that with like, hey guys, they gave me an Xbox. Hey guys, PlayStation sent me a swag pack. PlayStation doesn't really do that, but hey guys, PlayStation sent me a swag pack. So I think that that's really good. You have to have it clearly stated and let them know what your material connection is. That's fantastic, guys. Company-controlled review websites. The final rule prohibits a business from misrepresenting that a website or entity it controls provides independent reviews or options about a category of products or services that include its own products or services. So this one is the most common sense one on here to me, and it should have been there forever. This shouldn't have had to have been a rule. But basically, it's saying, hey, PlayStation London can't go out and buy. I'm sorry, not play. Yeah, PlayStation London can't go out and buy uh, Ghost of Tsushima 2 and essentially give it a review. They can't do that. It's not allowed. Um, Xbox, Bethesda can't go out and give the next Call of Duty game a review. It doesn't work that way. And so they're basically saying you can't do that. Um, oh, I didn't know PlayStation did swag packs. Yeah, so now they have to like point out what they got the swag pack for and why. So like, guys, I want you to oh. Here we go. Let's go down here to the very last one of the bullet points. Misuse of fake social media indicators. I have not read this yet, but just that right there, I think I know what it's going to say. The final rule prohibits anyone from selling or buying fake indicators of social media influence, such as followers or views generated by a bot or hijacked account. Okay, that's not what I thought they were going to say, but that does make sense. I thought this was always illegal. This prohibition is limited to situations in which the buyer knew or should have known that the indicators were fake and misrepresent the buyer's influence or importance for a commercial purpose. That's basically dealing with me. I can't buy 100,000 subs just to boost my numbers real quick. You know what I meant, Josh. You know what I meant. I'm sorry. I know they no longer exist. I get it. I'm sorry. So, overall, what this did is completely dismantled every avenue by which Xbox gets good reviews. Like, literally every single box just got checked. And it's not good. They can't do shit over there now. There's nothing they're able to do. They can't do it. Okay, let me rephrase that. There is something they can do. They can get their head out of their ass long enough to make a good game and market that good game in earnest and then sell that good game to its patrons, and they will buy the game because it's good. Novel fucking idea. They could make a good game. Nothing will change. They could. But no. No. Nope. It is much easier and cheaper to just constantly send fucked up games out into the marketplace. It's easier and cheaper just to buy off YouTubers. They'll do it for a Coke and a smile, or a chance to shake the hand of Phil Spencer. And so, yeah, why not? Very easy. Hey, let's get a busload of these jackasses out here. We'll put them up on a rooftop. We'll sign their ass cheeks and we'll kiss their foreheads. We'll shake their hands. We'll play some Vampire Survivor IO with them. It's great. It's great. It's fantastic. Much cheaper than actually just making a good fucking product. Will, I've talked a long time now. What you got?
I mean, you're covering it. I mean, it's Xbox. You know, they're. Why would you think that they wouldn't try to do anything? I mean, we already knew when the generation first started out, how many of these fucking bullshit journalists were out there just bragging how many Xbox and goodie bags they had stacked up in their garage. Like, it got to a point where they weren't even trying to hide it. You know, it's like I tell people, for some reason, within the last, like, I don't know, maybe like 6, 7, 8 years or so, out here in the real world, we really start to see the corruptness and shit. You know, politics and the banking system and all this. Same thing with consoles. We really have been able. It's like kind of like the uh the shades have been, or the it's like our eyes are open now. And now with the internet and with how accessible information is, we're able to see just how dirty that company really is. And whether Xbox likes to believe it or not, this is a benefit to them. This is very beneficial. It may not seem like it at first, right? It's kind of like when your kids do something fucked up and you punish them. In the moment, it doesn't seem like it's a good for them. They're in their room like, I want to run away, fuck my parents. They don't understand. But when they become adults, they're like, you know what? When my dad whooped my ass, he did the right thing. Now I'm not a knucklehead out here doing the wrong shit because I know there's consequences to my action. It's the same shit with Xbox. It's not gonna feel like it's a good thing right now, but eventually it will be, because now when they put out a game and they're working on a game, they know that their little shortcuts to try to get added benefits, more eyeballs to their product, they have to do it organically. So hopefully they learn some from it. I don't think they will. I think they're too far gone anyways. But as third party publisher, because let's be real here, we're gonna be playing a lot of Xbox games, guys. And I don't mean Xbox as in the console, I mean Xbox as the publisher. We're gonna have a lot of those coming our way. So I want quality games on my PS5, just as just like we get the first party games from PlayStation, that kind of quality. I want those coming from third party as well. So Xbox, get your shit together, man. Now you're stepping into the big boy league. Now you're for real gonna have to earn your business through your customers. No more fucking 19.99 a month. Get that, none of that bullshit. Now you gotta for real earn your business from the PlayStation side and Nintendo side.
So, you saying that reminded me of something. And I'm going to pull it up real quick because I'm having fun with this. I just got to let this ad play because I don't pay YouTube $20 a fucking month for no ads. Okay, hang on.
Damn good too, but you can't be any regulators. You regulate any stealing of his property. We're damn good too, but you can't be any geek off the street. Gotta be handy with the steel, if you know what I mean. Earn your keep. Regulator!
You have to earn your keep. That's the first thing I thought of. It is time for you to get down to business. It is a time for you to actually earn your keep. Well said. I think that's the biggest thing we can take away from that. So, but as we saw in the thumbnail, shout out to World1 again, there were several people carrying the casket of our dear, beloved, sometimes beloved Xbox. So let's get on to the next one. AAA titles coming to the, well, Xbox's version of AAA titles coming to the PlayStation 5 as early as next week. This is a rumor. I want that to be understood. I want that to be clear. This is not confirmed, but oh boy, we are going to have a little bit of fun with it. So, here we go. The next game, drum roll please, big Xbox game, possibly Forza Horizon 5, will be announced for PlayStation next week. Now, our Discord was actually saying that they think it's more likely to be Starfield. Starfield comes out with the DLC. They're going to announce that. Going to announce when it's coming over to PS5. Get folks hyped and amped because they need people to buy their shit. And so they're going to announce, everything. Hey, we got it working at 60 FPS. Probably going to give us a VRR mode because they know how much PlayStation people love that shit. And because most of the lovely games that we love have it in there. Some of our big marquee titles have it in there. So, maybe that's coming, maybe not. But here we go. Microsoft's rollout of first-party titles on rival platform could continue soon with a major announcement in the coming days, it's claimed. I love how they put the disclaimer at the end. Like, if you stop reading right before this, That's just a factual statement right there. And then, comma, it's claimed. God, guys, reading is so important. The first batch of Microsoft first-party Xbox titles released for rival platform earlier this year, with the Grounded and Pentiment coming to PlayStation and Switch, and Hi-Fi Rush and Sea of Thieves just to just the former. It was a successful experiment for the company, and CEO Satya Nadella made it clear not long after that more first-party titles would be following suit. Now it seems like another one of those is going to be announced soon. Industry insider Shinobi 602 recently took to the Reset Era forums and claimed that another major first-party Xbox title is going to be announced next week across multiple messages. 1, 2, 3, but didn't go into any detail on what game it would be. Shortly afterward, prominent Xbox leaker Extus took to Twitter and responded to the rumor with a GIF saying Feliz Cinco de Mayo, potentially hinting that the game in question is set to be announced for the PlayStation is Forza Horizon 5, which of course is set in Mexico. Gamescom is set for next week, with Microsoft touting a major presence at the event. The Gamescom opening night live set to kick things off August 20th. If the announcement is indeed happening next week, it's likely that that's where we'll be hearing about it. Reports have also claimed that it's Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, Starfield, Gears of War, Halo, and many others allegedly considered for multi-platform release. We already knew Halo Master Chief Collection. That's been speculated on for a while. Starfield, we all know they wouldn't keep that IP off. Gears of War is the only one out of these that I could see them kind of keeping because it hasn't had a chance on Xbox yet. All these others, Halo and Starfield have. But the difference is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is a new game. It's a new IP. It doesn't have its roots in Xbox, so sending it everywhere doesn't really fucking matter. Gears of War is the only one I think they might try to keep as a in-house exclusive. Well, PC console exclusive. But I don't know. Will, what's your take on this? What do you think? Do you think it's gonna happen? Do you think Shinobi got it right? Do you think he's gonna eat crow? What you got? Hello.
Yeah, dude, I was muted. Damn, I had a good little spiel going. Well, Thrifty, do you remember back? I think it was May when the were going about Xbox games going third party. Was it right around that time? And people said it was just a rumor. Why are we treating this any different? I mean, the proof is in the pudding. I actually own Hi-Fi Rush on my PS5. I own High on Life on PS5. I know High on Life was a third-party game, but still, Pentiment is available on PS5.
It was March, by the way. We did a live show on it in March. Because that's when Microsoft Gaming got announced, or that's when they used Microsoft Gaming instead of Xbox and some taglines. And then Xbox games to PS, and then we did I did the reaction to the Xbox meeting in 2 parts.
Exactly. So then, let's believe this rumor, not a rumor. All the games come in, or these games at the time that were rumors at the time, people were saying the same thing. Oh, they're just rumors, right? But let's look at something Phil has said. Phil said this. So this has to be fact because Phil said it. So the rumors are fake, which came true. But what Phil said, which is a fact because he said it, turned out to be fake. And that's it. What I'm talking about is when Phil said 4 games. Was that the number, Thrifty? Correct me if I'm wrong.
It was 4 games.
4 games. Well, those 4 games already came. I mean, 6 months ago. Wait, March, April, May, June, July, August. Going on 6 months ago. That was already 4 games. I mean, is he talking about 4 games every fiscal year? Because if that's what he meant, then of course, when he said that, then that was towards the end of the 2024 fiscal year. So then he's right. But just listen to the idiocracy in this. The rumors were that Xbox games were gonna come to PlayStation. It's just a rumor. Bill said only 4 games. The rumors turned out to be true. What Phil said was a lie. I mean, you see the pattern here? Satya obviously liked what was happening. Satya's got the bigger balls over there at Microsoft, at Xbox. Phil, Phil manages a suggestion box. He goes around to Booty. Booty, what do you think we should do? Well, here's my suggestion. Cool, I'll hold on to it. Same thing with everybody else. And he hands that suggestion box over to Satya. Satya takes it, throws it in the garbage, and says, this is what we're going to do. And that's exactly what's going to happen. And I just wanted to, while we're in the topic, I wanted to just read a couple tweets here from Tim Dog. And the first one I wanted to read is his reply to Kid Smooth. If you guys don't know, Kid Smooth is a YouTuber slash Twitter guy, and he said, Xbox is PlayStation's bitch, and the Xbox fan base will suffer because Xbox doesn't have a competitive soul in this organization. Console wars were definitely real, and it had a clear beneficiary. The winner, PlayStation. Tim says, when I came on your show and you were back to kind of forgiving and loving Xbox, this is what I was telling you why I can't support it. So this handles two different things. The first one is Tim Dog, in case you guys didn't know, he has been an Xbox fanboy for many, many years, over a decade. And recently, I think as early as this year, he decided to give up on it because he's tired of the bullshit. He's tired of investing into a product that is not giving him any returns. And basically all year he's been going on a crusade, and he came to the light and he realized how much Xbox has been fucking their gamers. And he's absolutely right. And I'm not I'm happy for Tim because he's now able to experience the games that we've all been experiencing. And he said this himself, where he avoided PlayStation games because he was part of Team Green. And even though it may have seemed childish, his words, not mine, that's where he was at in the moment, especially after getting a slap in the ass by Phil and getting invited to all these events and getting the VIP treatment. He was in a lull. He was in the land of delusion. And he woke up, and now he's been spreading the gaming gospel to his brethren, so hopefully they see the light. And this is important, guys, because whether you guys like to admit it or not, even though Xbox only has 30 million consoles sold, or 25 million or something like that, they were still somebody that can put a matchstick level of fire under PlayStation's ass. Because PlayStation knew that, hey, there's another player in this console market. So it will affect us eventually because, once again, I'm a big fan of looking at history and look at the PS3 era, right? We all know the shit show that was. We don't want PlayStation to repeat this mistake. And I don't think they will anytime soon. I mean, we've seen glimpses of that with the live service stuff. But Xbox is causing more damage than to just themselves. Another little quick tweet that I want to read is this is coming from Tim Dog. He says, when I talked in February, this is what I saw happening. It's going to be a slow and annoying leak of these games, and it's not going to be done transparently until it's just announced. Too many days like this coming, and everyone will go crazy and accept it more. Over and over cycle. I said from day one it was the worst thing you could do, and how they went about it was the worst way you can go about it. I used to be pissed off like everyone in life. You learn to accept things and move on. I don't support it, but it's how I think Xbox is operating. So to me, it's not gonna be any fun. For Sony fans, sure, not Xbox. That's a reoccurring theme, and especially every month when Shinobi teases another big game coming in a reset era post instead of just being open about it. Transparency is key. Somewhere along the way, Xbox, and yes, Phil forgot about that. So in this tweet, Tim himself is giving Shinobi a ton of credit for the leaks that he has provided and have come true. So all the people out there saying, "Oh no, it's just a rumor," you're sounding like the bots did in March. You're sounding like the bots do every time Shinobi has one of these leaks, and time after time and time again, you have been wrong. At the bare minimum, instead of defending Xbox, which by the way, there's nothing to defend, but if you still are defending them, the least you can do is say, let's wait till next week. But the problem with these fanboys is that they go to the extreme. And instead of just saying something like, hey, let's just wait, it may be true, may not be true, they automatically jump on Phil's coattails, defend him when he's let them down time and time and time again. Now, look, I'm an Xbox owner. I am part of the Xbox ecosystem. For
Just
the
say
last
it. You're
month
part
and
of
a
the
half,
problem.
well, I'm playing the games that I bought, which is Halo and Gears. But I am also a customer. I'm not a customer of Game Pass. Well, I am because I have my free points in a couple of the dollar deals. But at the end of the day, this is sad. This is sad for Xbox. I said this already when we found out that we're gonna go third party. But what I will say is, if Satya wants for Xbox to be successful as a third party publisher, these games better come with the heat. Because the same thing that happened in Xbox, meaning you couldn't sell your shit, the same thing's gonna happen on PlayStation, the same thing's gonna happen on Nintendo. Nintendo fans have a standard of how they want their games to be. PlayStation fans, we have a standard on how we want our games to be. And if Satya doesn't come close to that, he's just gonna lose on all three ways, Nintendo, PlayStation, and Xbox, and he's gonna look real stupid, which he already does, holding that $70 billion company that is going down in value as the day goes on. That $70 billion company is just like the dollar. Every day that passes, it goes down in value, inflation, and we'll see what happens, man. But with the FTC and this leak that came out today, and what we've known from Xbox for the last couple years, it's just getting rougher and rougher for them, man. Sorry for
Mm.
my little rant.
No, absolutely. And while you were talking, I actually had the tweets from Tim Dog pulled up for you, so they were kind of able
Oh,
to follow along with you.
cool.
Um,
Sorry.
no, you're fine. You're fine. If you start talking about something on X, unless it's from a while back, I can probably find it. Um,
I just thought about it. I should have sent it by. If I would have thought about it earlier, I would have sent it to you. But I just thought about it right now while you were talking about the FTC stuff, and it's like, this stuff sounds mighty familiar. And it's from Tim Dog. And look, man, I follow Tim Dog because he was also on Porter Rock's podcast.
mhm.
Now I only caught snippets because I stopped listening to these YouTube people. But Tim Dog was on there talking about the same shit, and Forza was one of the games he was talking about. So I mean, P Rock's podcast is when, I think Tuesdays or something, or Mondays.
Yep.
Just a couple days ago, yesterday. I mean, it's insane.
Yeah. I don't know how to say this. It's really bad when you see people getting rid of. Will, you posted it earlier. It was a Reddit thread of people who had basically abandoned their PC for a PS5. And I say that's bad because they're not abandoning it to go to Xbox. They can already get all of those. Now, the reasons they were giving weren't because of the games that PlayStation offered or anything like that. It was because they want to be able just to go home. And one of the comments was like, I just want to go home, get a snack and a beer, and sit down on my couch and grab the controller and everything just works. I don't want to have to troubleshoot. I don't want to have to set up. Don't want to have to be IT. None of that. And like, yeah, cool. Why didn't you get an Xbox? Why not? It's because PlayStation has the games. PlayStation has the games. Plus, your PC can play all the Xbox titles. So you don't need an Xbox. So if Xbox has been sitting here trying to capture this PC market and appeal to the PC market and give all their games day and date to the PC market, which, by the way, last time I checked, Supermassive is not owned by PlayStation. Just going to point that out, just for
No,
the
they're not.
dumbasses.
And
Uh,
real quick, Thrifty, on that PC stuff. Also, guys, the third party games also play better on PlayStation. You know, so because I was talking to somebody on Twitter today. He's like, yeah, and this is before we found out the news. He's like, yeah, I'm not really, I don't know what I should do with my Xbox. I mean, I like it for the Halo Gears and whatnot, but I really feel like I'm gonna get a PlayStation the next generation, instead of just getting an Xbox. I'm like, why wait, bro? Like right now is the time we're gonna get the most money for that thing. I mean, I just looked it up. It's 350 for trading at GameStop. My sister got me the 360 or the Series X for Christmas for 350 on a Walmart sale. I'm like, I'm literally making money if I trade this thing in. And I told them, I'm like, why even bother when third party games run better on the PS5? And if it's a control issue where you have problems with maybe you're comfortable with the Xbox controller, dude, they sell adapters. And if you guys are interested, hit me up on the Discord or shoot me a DM. I just bought one for my PS3. I think it was JP Loco or no, Blair Witch, who bought one for his Xbox 360. This company makes phenomenal. Shout out to Hero who recommended it to us. They make phenomenal adapters. You plug it into your system, and then you can hook up whatever controller you want. So if you want to play Xbox 360 or Series X controller on your PS5, you can do that, bro. The adapter's like 40, $50, and bam, you're ready to go. Almost no lag. I mean, you can't even feel it, and it's phenomenal. So if that's what's stopping you, bro, ditch it. And I'm saying this from one gamer to another, man, because look, I mentioned the games that I've been playing. All of them I can play on PlayStation, except for the Halo, which I will eventually be playing on PlayStation. But it's where it's at, dude. We don't have to worry about all the graphical, is Xbox gonna be able to run it? None of that bullshit. We know that when a PlayStation first party game comes out, it's gonna be polished, the game's gonna be complete, it's gonna have everything the game needs to have. Sorry, Thrifty, I didn't mean to cut you off again.
no, you're good. I have to correct myself. So, uh, Ballistic Moon is actually the company who is doing the remaster for uh, Until Dawn. So that is a uh, PlayStation first party studio. And so just wanted to say that because the remake will be available on PS5 and PC. And I don't know if I like that. I'm going to dig that out deeper in another show, probably next week.
Well, I think that's the reason, because I asked this on the Discord today, which by the way, guys, please follow us. Ever since JP Loco, Cosmic, and a few of the guys that followed the Discord after last week's show, the Discord's been even better. I mean, it was always good, but now it's just been even better. But I asked a question today. I've never played Until Dawn before. I have it right from the PS Plus catalog, but I've never played it. And my question was, is it is the game good? And everybody said yes. But also, does it feel like PlayStation needed to do this remake because it looks good on the PS4 as is? And War Warner brought up a good point that I didn't even think of, and it makes so much sense. He's like, well, I think what happened was they were just making a PC port of it, and they said, might as well do the PS5 version of it too. So I think that that's what led to us getting a remake so soon. Because let's be real, guys, PlayStation has done a couple remakes on games where I feel they didn't need remakes. Last of Us Part 2 is the first one, and now Until Dawn, where there's other games that maybe, well, we know there's other games that deserve that remake treatment for sure, especially the games from the PS3, PS2 generation. And I don't know, that's just my opinion. And I think that those are resources going to or being taken away from what I really want from PlayStation. Same goes with live service games.
Okay, so with that, maybe okay. I'm not going to grab my torch and pitchfork yet, but I'm definitely going to keep my eyebrow raised on that one. Because if it is just a remaster, then just like Hero Down Under said, it could just be like they're treating it like The Last of Us Part 2. And they're remastering it and sending it over. It's not a full-on, full-blown remake like it was for, say, Resident Evil 4. So, okay. Now, Will, you shared this in... not in the Discord. You shared this on X with me, and so now I'm going to bring it up because I want to share it. It is from said Tim Dog that was mentioned earlier. I'm pretty sure he didn't or maybe he was the one that found it. But here you go. Okay, so Forza 5 PS5 Amazon UK. Amazon UK, Forza Horizon 5 on the PS5. This item will be released on September 27th, 2024. Now, let me do this real quick, just in case any of my personal information is just chilling on the Amazon site. Let me do this. I'm going to try to do some fact checking in real time, see if it's here, or if it's just over there in the Yuka. Forza Horizon 5. Holy crud. Okay, guys, I can't make this crap up. That's funny. On the search bar, it is literally, when you type in Forza Horizon 5, the first thing that pops up is PS5. That's funny. Forza Horizon 5, the Xbox One, August 20th. Okay, so it's not over here yet. But on UK, it is. So, I wonder, can I have access to Amazon.com/UK? Maybe? Can I? Oh, I can. Oh, let's see if this works. Here, y'all get to watch this shit in real time. Here you go. Let's see if this shit works. Here we go. Yeah, I don't care. Cookie preference, whatever. I'll delete y'all later. Here we go. Forza. Oh, look at that. Forza Horizon 5, PS5. Let's see. Crew Motorfest, Need for Speed, GT7. Nothing. Okay. So I can't see it. I don't know if I'm doing it wrong or if it actually isn't confirmed, but I do like looking up stuff like that, like on an immediate basis. So I'm glad I could get over here to do that. I'll try it a couple different ways. See if I can get it to work. Let's do this. Let's try PS5 games. Forza. Nope, still Motorfest. Now the crazy thing is it does pull up all the same games that were listed on his. It pulls up the GT7, the Need for Speed Unbound, the other copy of GT7, and all of that. But let's see if I do this, what happens.
I mean, Microsoft could have sent what is it? Not a cease and desist, but
Oh no, I think it is a cease and desist.
or maybe it is, because I mean, it got pretty. But that's Microsoft's story, bro. They're constantly fucking playing cover up, man. It's like, bro, once the shit is out, just put the information out. People already know you're full of shit. I mean, you might as well just be like, all right, this was gonna happen. But who knows? Maybe they spent a lot of money on Gamescom for their little fucking, demonstration. They want to do something with it. Maybe, I don't know, but it just wouldn't surprise me, is what I'm saying.
It's just, it wouldn't make me flinch. It wouldn't surprise me. I wouldn't. No. You have no reason to be surprised. Like, so we do have the Gamescom coming up next week. That's going to be very interesting. My personal bet is that it's gonna be Starfield, and the announcement won't be for the game releasing this year. but it'll be releasing in the first quarter of 25.
Well, the games have been coming out fast and furious, meaning that when Xbox announces it, it comes out like within a month or two.
Yeah, but it also. Oh, you mean the games that come over to PlayStation? You're right. You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Because heck, they announced the Hi-Fi Rush and all that, and then it was like the next month I think we started getting them.
Yeah. And also, if you guys haven't noticed this, but Xbox games, all the games that have come over to PS5, they've all been published by limited run games. So basically, they're not doing physical retail anymore at all. So, and even when I was looking to buy Halo Infinite a couple of months ago, it was starting to become a little bit harder to find them. And I'm not saying they're hard, but just what in comparison to last year, it's getting harder and harder to find Xbox physical games. So just keep an eye out for that in case you're a collector or somebody who wants to buy physical. I mean, which I don't recommend for Xbox anyways because all their physical games are DRM. So if you don't have, it's basically just the license on the disc. Where PlayStation is the opposite. PlayStation is like 95% plus of games are actually on the disc, and the only games that aren't on the disc is a third party game. So all first party games are on the actual disc itself, meaning that in the year 2050, you have a way to play that game. You just got to stick it in, and that's it. Stick it in. That's what
Pause.
with Xbox, you can't. Just keep that in mind.
Oh, yeah, and one of the other things I like, see, speaking of limited run, I was at my local game store, and
Dude, you're lucky, man. You got a nice one right next to you.
I got a beast of one, dude. It's freaking sick. I'm actually going in next week and buying the PS3 copy of Final Fantasy 13.
Dude, you should ask Rick if we can make like a quick 10-minute video just walking around the store. That'd be nice to have on the channel.
I'm gonna ask him if I can be at his next Gamescom that he does, because
that too.
he likes having creators there. So hopefully, if I can get in there, that'd be kind of cool.
Fuck, bro, I'll fly out there if we can set something up with him. I'm serious.
Hell yeah, dude, you would love the store. I don't know if you've looked at any of his videos.
Yeah, I have. That's what I'm saying.
You
I would
walk
fly out
in,
there, dude, on a weekend or something.
Hell yeah, dude! It's so fun, and it's a business. It's not like a theme park or anything. It's
it's a business.
It's a decent sized store, but it's not like the size of a Walmart or a Dick's or anything like that. It's a local game store, and it's so freaking awesome. So they have Final Fantasy 13 and Final Fantasy 13 2, which would only leave me lacking Lightning's Return. And so I can get both of them for $25 total. And so I'm going to be picking those up next week. He's actually where I found my Assassin's Creed Mirage for $25, which is my floor on that, or my ceiling on that game. That's the most I would pay for it. And Atlas Fallen was still $30, so I decided not to spend that and go the cheaper
Atlas
route.
Fallen was like $17 on Woot for like a month.
I know. I missed it, and then y'all started talking about it again, and I was like, okay, I do
Just
like the way the
baby.
traversal looks. I do like all of that. They said it's super fun, and the summer is coming slowly but surely to a close, which means my gaming time is going to go way back up. I do most of my gaming 6 months out of the year. And so, really happy about that. Anyways, he's doing this Gamescom, and I don't know where I was going with that. The show, Rick, all of that. Yes. Oh, limited run. There we go. Sorry, ADHD, guys. I gotta walk myself back sometimes in conversation. The limited run games, there was this game box. It was like a freaking collector's edition of something. I couldn't make out the fucking name. It was some foreign language. I couldn't even tell you what language it was. It didn't look familiar. Like, even though I don't speak and or write any foreign language, I can look and go, "Oh, that's probably Asian." Or, "Oh, that's Latin. That's French." Got it. Like, I've seen people write it and I've seen it written, and so I can kind of pick out, and I've never seen it before. But I told him how much Limited Run Games is doing for physical preservation, and he was like, man, it's awesome. He goes, if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't be getting physical editions of so many titles. And he goes, a lot of people don't realize that. And it's like a dying media, and if they didn't do it, nobody would. He was like, yeah, you got to pay extra for it, but he's like, it's totally worth it. So it was really cool because he's very like-minded in that. Like, he doesn't want physical media to go away, not just because he has a store that buys and sells and trades that physical media. He doesn't want it to go away because it's something like Will said, we're 10, 20, 30, 40 years down the road. Like, okay, here. I am holding right now a regular Nintendo NES cartridge of John Elway's Quarterback. It is a old football game for the Nintendo. It was a terrible, terrible game. But I can still pop that into a Nintendo and I can play it still to this day. There are games right now that you can buy if you find them. Let's say you go to a thrift store that doesn't have to follow rules like a GameStop or a Walmart. You can go in and buy a game like Babylon's Fall. Somebody's put it in a junk bin, you get it, spend 50 cents on it, go home, try to play it, and it does not work at all. And so that doesn't happen when, like Will said, you have games that end up on the disc. Sorry, Will, you got me off on like that whole other thing.
Well, it's power to the player, literally, because remember, they can never take it away from you. They can never block you. They can never prevent you from playing it. Guys forget that with the convenience of all digital, all it takes is for you to be chatting with somebody, and we've all seen the reports, and you say the wrong thing, and bam, account blocked. All those games that you've bought they went away. I mean, yeah, PlayStation can break your console if it's connected to the internet. You buy another one. You use a different email. You can still play it. But that digital shit, that's another thing. And I'll give you an example in regard to the expense of the games. I just bought Cat Quest 3 Day 1 on Amazon. I could have bought it on PlayStation. It would have cost me $19.99 digital, day one. Actually, if I would have pre-ordered it, I would have paid like $18.99 or $19 or $17.99. But I ended up paying $29.99 for a day one physical. And that's the norm now. Now, if you want physical, you will pay a little bit more, unless it's a AAA game where you still pay, the regular $60, $70. But after a little bit of time passes, you'll be able to get the game sometimes, a lot of times, even cheaper than you can get it on digital. The pricing in digital, where it's so heavily discounted, comes into play years after the game comes out. On physical, it generally happens within a few months.
Okay, guys, so here's the website that we were talking about. Here's the company that we were talking about. Limited Run Games. You can go there to them. You can literally shop by all the systems. And what's really cool is you can even come down here and actually shop by collector's editions. And so you can actually go through here and get these games that, you can go to PS5. So these are the games they have right now, PlayStation-wise. Just only available on PlayStation. You can come down here to the PS4, you get SNK versus Capcom, or you can just come back up here and just look at all of the other stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff that you can get on here. Like, you can get Humanity, and I even believe that gives you a running tally of how many are left. And so, like, it lets you know, hey, there's only 112 copies of Humanity left. That's kind of cool. It lets you know. And so, yeah, check it out. See what you think about it. They do a really good job of trying their best to maintain physical. And so I like that a lot. And I can respect that a lot. And so, yeah, buy physical when you can. I am guilty as everything for buying digital music. I do buy digital games. I try my very best not to, but sometimes, actually, let me rephrase that. I don't go out of my way to not buy digital, because if I can get a game on a digital sale for $8 and everywhere physical it's like 25, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get the $8 version. Like, I still do think with my wallet. But with Assassin's Creed, no, I'm sorry, with the Cowabunga collection for Ninja Turtles, it was on sale for $19.99 digital, and I got it for 25 physical. That is a slam dunk, no questions asked. I will always make that decision to go physical for $5 extra. And so, yeah, like, I'm playing NHL 24 digitally through a subscription service. So, like, I check all the boxes of bullshit we don't really like too much. But at the end of the day, if you can get physical, get physical. If you are a digital-only PlayStation gamer, let's say you bought the digital-only PlayStation, guess what? You're still invited. We don't care. Glad you're a gamer. Love the fact that you're a gamer. Love the fact that you're a part of PlayStation. That's all well and good, and we just want you to have a great time. And understood that it wasn't until about a year and a half into the generation that it really started to rear its ugly head, that the industry seemed like it was trying to get rid of physical media. And so you probably bought that console before all that happened. And so just understand that when we talk about physical versus digital, both myself and Will have purchased digital games. Like, we have.
Still buy digital games.
Right, that's what I
Still
mean. Like,
do.
but prefer digital when we can. I am so sorry, guys. I am so hyped about tonight. I'm not sitting at my desk, so I'm not reading anything. Okay, hang on. Let me see if I missed anything. I have not missed any super chats or anything. Okay. Physical needs to stay. Once that goes, I might stop and just play classic games. Bruh. So, Cosmic, there is actually, I saw the article today. Diablo can now run in the web browser. Like, the original Diablo can now run in the browser, which I think is kind of freaking cool. Yeah, there you go. Games Radar. The original 1996 Diablo is now fully playable inside your browser. So the copy of it that I got from GOG, essentially you go to a certain website and all you do is upload that file onto the website and boom, it pops in your game, your save files, everything. Which is super cool because that means you don't have to do it through the GOG client, which auto like starts and everything when you upload your computer. It's a pain in the ass, really. But it was the only way that I could play it. But now that I have a PS3, I'm just going to go ahead and play the original Diablo 1 on my PS3. But it's games like that, it's things like that that companies don't realize, listen, just because your graphics are amazing now doesn't mean I can't say fuck off and go back to what I was playing on the PS3. Like, the PS3 didn't look that bad.
Oh no. Oh
Like,
no, look good.
especially towards the end of the life cycle. Like, you had games like Last of Us. That freaking thing was gorgeous.
But if you remember that with the PS3, the same problem or the biggest headache of the PS3 was the biggest gift, right? Because it was so complicated to develop for. The reason is because the thing was so powerful for its time. I mean, people give the 360 and the PS3 generation, they give it to the 360 because of the games, which I agree. But when we're talking about console, the PS3, man, the hardware took it, man. Even today, so y'all, if y'all follow me on YouTube and you see my mail call videos, you've seen the amount of PS3 games I've gotten in the last month. I mean, they all look good, and you guys know me that I'm a visuals guy. I play games on 30 frames just to get that 4K. So think about that for a second.
I think you're nuts.
I mean, some games is just way too bad, and I take it to performance, but Most of the time, look, I've been gaming on 30 frames for the last 10 years. I'm not bougie about it.
Yeah, that's one thing that I was gonna say about the oh shoot. That's one thing that I was gonna say when I was playing Mirage. Going from the quality mode um, to the 60 FPS mode, I do not notice a visual dip in quality at all. Like, none. I do notice a greatly increased speed and everything like that. So, uh, yeah, I don't know what Will is talking about with being a graphics guy. I'm very much a frame rate guy. Hmm. Interesting. Sorry, I am getting crazy stuff on my computer. Hang on.
I mean, the reason I prefer Fidelity is because we've been waiting our whole lives to get that type of graphics that we get now. You know, frame rates have always been good in video games for the most part, but the graphics, not always. And now we get to see them. Yeah, I'm gonna take advantage of them, especially when I'm young and I still have the eyes to do so. But it's preference to each his own. You know, you want to do performance, do your thing. You want to do fidelity, do your thing. But there are some beautiful games coming out soon, and I will definitely be checking out which one is best for my playstyle.
Yeah, I mean there are a ton of. They were talking about that in the Discord also today. Like just how many games are coming out right now. It is a massive ass amount.
Well, not just how many
Massive.
games are coming out, but also games that look good, that look like they're gonna be good, not just games. Oh, we have a lot of fucking shovelware. No, it's a lot of games that look like they're gonna be good. I mean, we got Wukong coming out next with 6 days. We got Space Marine coming out the week after that with Astrobot. We got Concord coming out next week. I mean, that's just in the next 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks.
And what does Xbox have coming out?
Oh,
That's
not
what I want to
Wukong.
know. Hang on, guys.
Not Concord. Not Astrobot. Space Marine. I think they'll get that.
What is going on?
Somebody hacked you.
I'm starting to get suspicious here, and I'm not even kidding.
What's showing up on your stuff?
It keeps popping up this Norton antivirus thing that I don't have on my computer. It keeps saying, and I closed out all of my tabs. I did all of that stuff, but it keeps popping this up saying 5 viruses found. Your computer is damaged by suspicious programs. I don't have anything on here except what's been on here. Uh, your computer is damaged by suspicious programs via Microsoft Edge.
Well, don't accept anything.
Hell no, I ain't even clicking on nothing. I'm just trying to click the X to get it gone, and every time I do, it comes right back.
Oh, wish we had war up in there right now.
Yeah. But it's not like nothing is controlling the computer. I'm still in full control of the computer. I just keep getting this freaking thing that pops up that tells me I have these viruses, but I don't know why and or how. Like if y'all knew how little I use this damn computer, y'all would probably question my sanity for even purchasing the damn thing. Because I don't use it except once a week for the most part. Okay, hang on. All right, Warawana, what do I do here? Like, your Norton is no longer active. I know. It hasn't been active since day one. So in the bottom left corner, I'm gonna send you a photo. Here, I'll just do a video real quick. Okay, so here's what happens in the bottom left-hand corner. I click the X and it just pops back up. I click the X and it pops back up. I don't know what to do to make it fucking stop. And so I'm going to go ahead and send this video to you, and then we will keep going with the show. I'm just going to leave it up there in the corner because, as we found out, even when Jez's voice went from a chipmunk to the spawn of Satan, the show must go on. Unless Wara tells me to shut the damn thing down, in which case, it's been real, guys. Yeah, and it's still popping up every few seconds without me touching anything. Oh, I don't like this. God, I hate fucking computers.
Computers are a pain in the ass.
It's literally not letting me get this damn thing off my screen. Hey guys, I'm going to try something real quick. Hang on. If this screws up everything, I apologize. Okay. There is literally nothing even running in the background. So how is it giving me anything? So are you excited for more games as a service? No. Yes, Wara. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm going to DM you. Oh, I did. I did DM it to you. Sorry guys. This is in real time bullshit. You know what didn't ever have this problem? Streaming from the PS5. Which, by the way, everybody should be using that. It is a fantastic feature. You don't have to be
Oh, dude.
you don't have to be wanting to be a YouTuber or anything. But like,
No.
just do it. Share stuff. Honestly, whatever you record and whatever you share, PlayStation actually kind of keeps up with that. So
And it's so easier to use.
so Wara, it is McAfee, but here the next one I get is Norton. Ouch, that was my knee. I hit my knee once a show. It's like a freaking ritual now. I just want to know what the hell is going on. I don't use this motherfucker for anything. I literally don't. Right click the taskbar. Yes. Click taskbar settings. Got it. This dude's really about to walk me through this. From fucking Australia. This is better than tech support. This is personalized service, guys. You're seeing some troubleshooting in real time. All right, I have my taskbar pulled up, Wara. Let me switch this over to the Discord. Are you still playing?
Is he
Foam
chatting
Stars?
with you?
In the chat, he is. Yes.
All right. Well, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the sharing on the PlayStation versus Xbox.
Cool.
The importance of what PlayStation is doing on the sharing, guys, is extremely important, because even if you are not a streamer or a YouTuber, as a matter of fact, the reason I decided to post on YouTube is because of how easy PlayStation made it for me. And I haven't even dabbled into Share Factory yet, which is a app that is on the PS5 for free, where you can edit your videos and make adjustments. Now, I've been sharing some videos from Xbox on Twitter, but they make it so hard, man. I mean, it's nothing like PlayStation. It only records up to 2 minutes at a time. You can only stream through Twitch, not YouTube. I mean, you can stream through YouTube, but you got to do backward ways of doing it. With PlayStation, it's just a click of a button for YouTube and Twitch. And this, the last generation for the PS4, when it had the share button, I didn't care for it at all. Like, I'm like, that's just a waste of button. I want my select button back. Um, but with the PS5, it's definitely grown on me, because there's you can just share with your friends, with the community. You can get help with games. Like, I messaged Nelson, hey, have you been to this level yet? When Spider-Man 2 came out, me and Thrifty started playing it at the same time, obviously day one, but we would touch base with each other and send screenshots and video, and it was so seamless. And the hype for the game just grew because your buddies are also going through the same thing you're going through. So it's such a night and day difference. So everything from the Xbox to the PlayStation, I mean, it's just more consumer friendly. It's way more streamlined. You see that Thrifty's having PC problems right now, right? You don't have none of that stuff with a PlayStation 5. Literally, just turn it on, you're in the game, and that's a huge, huge benefit.
Okay. Hang on. Yes, I am having some PC problems. Yeah. War and I are actually talking in the private chat in the Discord. So real quick, yeah, hang on guys. I am so sorry. I am desperately trying to get this back right. He said it seems like it's some sort of malware or something similar, which is kind of what I figured, but now I'm asking him what the fuck to do. Hang on, War, I'm sending it to you. Okay, there you go. All right. So the next topic is kind of along the same lines. So this whole death, and the reason why Wara had the better sense than I did, he didn't do it because people might like feel some sort of way about seeing a casket lowered into a grave. So he for that reason we don't have that as the thumbnail. But on my end, because I don't think about things like that, on my end, I didn't want the casket getting lowered down because they're not quite dead yet. But the death is coming, and the death has been super slow. I mean, super slow. Um, okay, Wara, that got rid of it for now. It has not come back. Let me see if I can still use my. Let me see if I can still use the functionality of my apps and shit. Can I? Yay, I can. Okay, so this came out in a tweet today, and I thought it was very interesting because, strangely enough, the tweet that it came out in was from today. Okay, I want to make that clear. This tweet was from today. It was from Icon Era. I bookmarked it. Thank you again, Will, for that genius little tip. Uh, and the bookmarks are way easier to find on the website than they are to find on the phone. Matter of fact, everything's easier because it's all just lined up on the left side of the screen. Yeah, we have progress. I will have to figure out how to get that damn thing off my computer. Uh, but anyways, let's get this back up here and running. Man, that kind of took out some of my energy. Let's get this thing back up here and running. All right, so this was the article. They're not the article. This was the tweet right here. It's from Icon Era. It says console wars are over. Microsoft ramping up third-party development. Chris during Xbox flatlining in EU. Xbox games coming to PS and less focus on Game Pass. We've already seen all of that. And so I was like, oh, this is fucking cool. This is awesome. This is from today. Hell yeah. Look at that. Look at the tweet. Look at the timestamp. 4:42 p.m. on August 14th of 2024. That is today. So my dumbass is like, oh, this is fucking awesome. I got to go look at this. I got to see the comments. So I go over and look at it, and I'm like, wait, I've seen this video before. It's like, wait a minute. Are we just rehashing old shit? And so, funny enough, this was updated on 3/25 was the last time it's been updated. So Icon Era is basically posting this back up and going, "Hey guys, it's happening." It's, remember, they're very subtly saying, "Hey, remember all that shit we said?" They're essentially taking a victory lap. But what's really cool is this popped this back up in their most recent threads. And now you can go down here and read a lot of the comments from back in the day, as you know, December 2023. And there are some good ones here. I felt like Starfield and certain other games would get a port a year or so later. Like with Sony's ports, I wouldn't expect major sales in the main. Rare replay is the only thing I really care about. There was one on here that said with the, or was it on here? Yeah, so a lot of these folks took the headline as a current day article, which I understand why they would, because there's nothing really on here unless you see this that says update 325, but nobody really reads that. They only read this up here, and then they go, oh shit, and so they come down here and they start doing these comments, and there was one that I should have saved, but I didn't. But it basically said when PlayStation beats out the Xbox 20-1 in the EU, and you wonder why they're having to go third party because nobody buys their systems. Like, stuff like that. I'm not even in the comments for that post, am I? I'm not. Oh well. Um, but yeah, so these people talked about it. They had said that they were at the one of the conventions. I can't remember which one, but they were talking to developers who were shopping around their games. There was a developer who had like 2 years of operating income and was trying to shop their title around and blah blah blah. And basically, it came out to, we're not really working on an Xbox version of it right now because we don't really see the value in it. Well, that was like one of the first things. That was like one of the first things said openly, that, hey, we're going to skip it because of this. Outside of what happened with the Baldur's Gate 3. But Baldur's Gate 3 was more because of Xbox's dumb rule, where you had to have, oh, Tim Dog followed me back. Hey, ¿qué pasó, güey? Where you had to have a split screen co-op, and you had to have parity across both systems, and Xbox was like, well, you can't bring it over here. You can't do that. And Baldur's Gate 3 said, well, okay, we're not going to waste the time trying to get your broke ass shit to work, so cool, you just don't get our game. And then about a month later, Xbox goes, hey, is that Baldur's Gate 3? Is it still, does y'all's build still work for Xbox? Oh yeah, man, it's done. Oh, okay. Still no split screen? Nope. Still can't get it to work on your piece of shit hardware. Okay. Well, maybe just this one time we'll go ahead and let you come on over. Maybe just this once. And then it happened again a month later, with another title that got special treatment, because we all knew once the can was opened, it wasn't, or once the worms were out of the jar, they weren't getting put back in. And so, shit, both you and Jez are live. Cosmic, hey man, listen, I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate that a ton. I love Jez. He's fantastic. His show is once again literally the best single person hosted show on the format. The best solo cast is what I was trying to find. Fantastic. But I really appreciate you staying here. That's cool. Hell, play both of them. Get the calmer, more chill tones over here. Get the soundboard, the cool, the entertainment value over there. And hell, have fun. Just try to follow the conversations. But no, this is absolutely what we have seen happening. It is the slowest, most grueling death march I have ever seen. It's worse than what Sega did. And that's because we all knew Sega was dead. And then Sega released the Dreamcast, and then they knew they were dead. Like, it was literally that quick. It was like, okay, well, yeah, we're not going to keep doing this. We can't. We're done. I'll just confuse my brain trying to follow the confo from both. Yeah, Phil threw the devs under the bus the day before that. Oh, I remember. Well, Phil also threw the devs of Redfall under the bus. Like, yeah, I got two screens open, the Spice Girls movie and Thrifty. Ouch. I'd like to think I'm the better content than in that regard. Mr. Graham, running split screen is pretty much like running two games at the same time. A console with only 8 GB of usable RAM ain't gonna run that. No shit. What's really funny, Mr. Grimm, is I actually run split screen. Not two separate screens, but I actually run split screen, and I think that's what's bogged down my computer at times because I'll have Discord up, I'll have my split screen up for my articles and things like that. Then I will also have Streamlabs up and running. We were just talking about Sega on Brap. Like, it's the logical connection, right? Sega thinks that they can hang in the market, in the non-cartridge market. They can go CD. They can do all this other stuff. They were one of the first companies to do it. They had their foot in the door already. They had the IP. It's just PlayStation came out and literally blew the fucking doors off. They said, okay, and to be honest, they probably only blew the doors off and went as hard in the paint as they did because they were pissed off at Nintendo. And Sega just caught a stray or two. Like that's what actually happened. Sony was pissed at Nintendo and said, "All right, cool." And then they had a vendetta and they burned another company in the process. And now they've burned two. I don't count Google because they kind of screwed themselves. They have burned two companies now. Two companies that thought, nah, we can compete with them. We got this. Yeah, okay. We'll see. And we have seen. Shit, we've been saying this for a while. And so this slow, agonizing march, people are tired of carrying the casket. And that's what we're seeing with folks like Tim Dog. That's what we're seeing with folks like Kid Smooth. I never thought in a million years I would see Kid Smooth go from being a Xbox apologist to being a consistent Xbox antagonist. Maybe that's the right word. And so it's being against Xbox. There we go. Let's not use big words when they make small ones that can do the job just as well. Running split screens pretty much. Sega, Brap, okay. I mean, the Spice Girls isn't too bad, not gonna lie. Thanks a lot. Oh, wait, y'all are overseas. Yeah, the Spice Girls are like y'all's thing. Like, y'all in the UK absolutely ate the Spice Girls up. Sony had money, Nintendo and Sega didn't. Nintendo literally created their worst enemy. Dude, they absolutely did. Like, the day that Nintendo came out and announced that they actually weren't partnering with Sony, that was the beginning of Sony's villain arc. Like, that was the beginning. And then the apex of that villain arc was the PS2. Like, it just was. The apex of the villain arc was, all right, we got you fuckers. And then the villain kind of got put back in his place, and then he had a change of heart, and now we got the PS4. The PS3 was they got put in their place and had a change of heart. And now we have the PS4 and then the PS5, and it's been great, wonderful content ever since. And then Game Pass happened. Another nail in the coffin.
Fucking mistake. That was probably the biggest mistake ever.
Bro, Jim Ryan came out and when they asked
Even
him,
more than the what's the camera thingy?
oh, the Kinect.
Even more than the Kinect, bro. I mean, that was the start of it, but I mean, you can tell their mistakes from when they fired, or not fired, but Ed Freeze quit. I mean, he bought Bungie so much time so they can complete Halo, and once Halo became successful, the fucking greedy corporate fucks were like, we'll take it from here, bro. It's like, dude, you don't know shit about gaming. And I mean, it's just Microsoft's DNA, man. They were just never meant to be a gaming company. They just don't have the patience. They don't have the culture or the art.
Josh in the chat said, oh wait, Cosmic Hero said, I found out that Sega and PlayStation might have had come together and have Sonic as an exclusive. That's cool. I didn't know that.
Whoa.
And then Josh said the PS1 demolished Nintendo and Sega. They set a record of 100 million units. The best before that was 50 million. Literally the day after Sony announced that they were working with Nintendo, Nintendo really screwed the pooch on that one. Yeah, that was from JC. No shit. Like, that is I love it so much because I got to play amazing games on the PlayStation, on the big ass gray box that when the reader, not the lens, not the laser part, but the gear that kind of moved it back and forth as it was reading, it would get stuck and like start messing up after a few years. And if you just took your PlayStation, your PS, the gray one, the big gray brick one, and just flipped it upside down, all of a sudden your games would work and everything would work just fine. So, like, it was one of the last consoles that I can remember that had like a quirk to it. Like we all know blowing through the cartridge of a Nintendo game. Like
They say it doesn't, but that's so horseshit. When people worldwide did it and it works.
it worked.
Like we didn't all get together on Facebook or MySpace or we AOL, right? Like, hey guys, blow up the cartridge, it works. No, it's something we figured out because it worked.
Well, or like my dad was he fixed airplanes in the military. Like he was a aircraft mechanic. And he also had electrical engineering as like some of the stuff that he did. He wasn't an electrical engineer, but because of the stuff that he had to do with the planes, he knew a lot about like electrical circuits and shit like that. And so I remember him taking alcohol and putting it on a Q-tip and wiping it out. And so I was like, that was my first clue of, oh, it could just be dirty. Instead of getting out the Q-tip and the alcohol because I'm lazy and didn't want to get up, I'll just blow through this bastard. And like everybody had their own technique of blowing through it. Like some people would take it and like slap it on their leg a couple times, blow through it, slap it again, and then put it in. For me,
Bro, toothpaste.
toothpaste. Do you remember the old thing that you could take toothpaste on a scratched PS1 disc and it would fix it? You know, the only thing that the toothpaste ever did to mine made that shit worse.
Well, they even had like disc cleaning kits and shit. Man, like it was a hell of a time, man. We'll never get those times back.
I remember when my video rental store got a disc cleaning machine and they would clean the disc for $5.99. And so
Wow.
if you had a disc that got damaged, that got ruined or whatever, let's say a younger sibling or one of your friends was just holding it and they don't know how to respect people's property or their own and gets a big, huge scratch on it. Dude, you can take that joker in, they buzz that thing in that machine with two different types of paste on it that look like toothpaste, and then they put one more layer on it, buff that shit out, and give it right back to you. Like, and it plays perfectly. And actually, let me rephrase that. It wasn't a PS1 the game that you could do that with. It was PS2 and above because the PS1 games back then they had no way to buff out the PS1 disc because they were that black stuff on the
Black,
bottom.
yeah. Well, I
Now
never had a PS1, but I've seen them.
yeah, now you can do it just fine. It doesn't matter. But the old machines couldn't do it. But anyways, so all of these things have been nails in the coffin. They have been constantly, slowly killing themselves, burying the Xbox burying the Xbox console. I have to be very careful with the way I say that because in all honesty, they're probably going to keep the branding to some extent. It's going to be Xbox Game Pass, and it's just going to be all one thing. It's no longer just going to be Xbox. It's going to be Xbox Game Pass. I think that they're either going to do that or they're going to have to switch it over to Microsoft Gaming or just Game Pass, and that's it.
You know Xbox is in the same realm, not PlayStation, not Nintendo, but Stadia. That's who Xbox is competing with. Is who can stay dead the longest after Xbox does die. But one of the biggest mistakes Xbox, which is kind of common sense because obviously there's people behind it. But one of the things Xbox, Microsoft, the biggest mistakes they've also made is they just hire the wrong people. They hire the wrong people all the time. And the people that are passionate and talented, it's like they put in like, I don't know, it's like they don't want them in there. I think Xbox just wants a whole bunch of yes people that don't think for themselves, just act on orders, but that obviously hasn't been working. Xbox has never created an IP of their own that was successful. Everything has been bought. Like, what are they good for, really?
They're good for shows like this.
Yeah, I guess.
They're good.
But the
They're
shows would
good.
exist anyways because we talk about gaming.
That's true.
And
That's the other thing,
yeah,
man. If all of the if Xbox left tomorrow and said, "Hey, we're going to go third party. We're not going to do it. We are going to have a little bit of like a handheld thing next year, but that's really just going to be like so you can access your Game Pass library, your Steam library, all of that. It's going to be a ROG Ally is what it's going to be essentially. That's it. Great, guys. No problem. It's going to have the Microsoft Surface touchscreen and touching capabilities, which are actually really functional and really good. I think the Microsoft Surface does touchscreen very, very well. Uh, that's the only thing it does well, but I think it does get that very, very well done. Uh, but they have been putting the nails in their coffin for a long ass time. We have been screaming it from the mountaintops here for 2 years. I'm coming up on my 2 year anniversary at the end of this year. It's
oh, I've been
almost
here for half
been.
of that.
You have. You have. No, that everything like getting to 100 subs was a pain in the butt. Getting to 200 was really cool. And then like after that, like the Victor Vaughn video came out and it just has gone up and up and up since then. And that was mid 2023, I believe. So it's been going great. Yes. Anyways, 2 years I've been saying this. Uh, Jez has been saying it for 3. I think Salty's been saying, or no, Jez has been saying it for 3.5 to 4 now, because I think he started towards the end when the Xbox One X or the Xbox X and S got announced. Salty'd been saying it for longer. King Thrash has been saying it for longer. There's so many people who've been saying this and picking up the crumbs and picking up all the clues and doing that logic thing that I always talk about. And they're like, huh, that happens. Okay, this is going to happen. Oh, that makes sense. Well, that's not what they're saying is going to happen. Just watch. Like, I literally remember reading comments to y'all from people who were like, nah, they're not going to bring games over. You have no proof of that. Okay, we'll see. Like, we'll see was all I replied. We'll see. And lo and behold, games are coming over. Oh, but they never said it was going to be more than 4. Okay, we'll see. It's-
And it's so sad, bro, because when I went into my big boy console, which was the PS2, I went from N64 to PS2. I remember, I know I wasn't gonna get an Xbox, but I remember going to Toys R Us with my mom because my mom always took me to pick out my Christmas gift in June for when Christmas came around. She knew what to get, and I remember, and she didn't say that specific. She said, "Hey, we're gonna go pick out your." She's like, "Hey, let's go look at some stuff. Maybe I'll buy you a little toy." And I used to pick out Pokemon cards or something. But her main goal was to figure out what I wanted for Christmas, and she had a budget because we didn't have a lot of money. But anyways, and I remember going to Toys R Us and staring at the Xbox. I'm like, man, this thing is like weird, cool looking. Like I've never seen anything like it. And I'm just like, Halo. I'm
Imagine
like,
that.
man, this is so badass. But then PlayStation 2, like everybody heard about PlayStation, Grand Theft Autos, the Vice Cities. I'm just like, that's what I want. But for a split moment there, I just thought it was like one of the coolest consoles ever, man. The controller looked funky. Like the closest thing as far as like how weird it looked that came close was the N64 controller, which is what I was gaming on at the time before I got the PS2. And I was just in awe. It was just a beautiful moment in gaming, right? Like we had the PS2, the GameCube was coming out, another weird looking console, right? We'd never seen anything like that, shaped like a cube. The discs were small, and they were round, and memory cards, rumble packs were in the move at the time, and it was just, I'll give Xbox credit for that. That the excitement of gaming and the ingenuity of gaming It was like at an all-time peak during that time, man. It was just so innocent, so creative. Like it was just phenomenal. And it sucks to see where Xbox is at now, man. Because even though, we don't like Phil, we don't like Satya. And by the way, I actually like Phil. I actually do. I think he's a dude laid back. He plays games, which you don't see many executives doing.
Well, right, right.
And it just sucks that he doesn't just do what he's
So
supposed to
have
do,
you seen
man.
Hamilton? Have you seen the movie or the Broadway play Hamilton? Have you
Yes,
seen
I
it on?
have.
Okay, okay. Aaron Burr. Okay, when he's in there and they are talking about his election, Aaron Burr is Phil Spencer.
Oh, perfect.
Okay,
Perfect.
because
Yeah.
during the election song, they're sitting there saying, Aaron Burr is basically the line is like, Aaron Burr is approachable. It looks like you could grab a beer with him, and he's the one that ends up killing Hamilton. And like it's that. It's dang, this guy is really really likable.
Yeah.
Why do I like him so much? It's because he tells you what you want to hear.
Yeah.
And he smiles and he goes out and he says the right things and he does the right things and he says everything that you want to hear, and at the end of the day he's going to be the one to kill you.
Yeah.
And people are starting to finally see through that. And it's actually, guys, it's really, really good. And we, as a PlayStation-centric channel, need to be gracious to those gamers when they come over or when they stop by and are like, hey, I'm essentially I'm an Xbox recovery. Like, dude, come on over. We got you. Well, I still have my Xbox. I don't have anything PlayStation yet. No problem. Come on over. We'll get you a list. Trust me. We will make sure that you are playing everything hot and spicy and amazing on the PlayStation. We got you.
You
And
know
like,
what's funny about that, Thrifty, is that these guys, and even now we're starting to see some of it today with the Forza news, and even they're now starting to say the same shit they said last time. Oh well, that's merry because now there's more gamers who get to enjoy greatness, right? Which Forza is not greatness, but let's give it to them, right? Let them fucking eat their cake real quick.
but it's Forza. That's one of the big ones. Will, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
Go
But
ahead.
the thing is we're the ones. We're the ones that should be saying that, not them. Like, you guys are done, bro. You're already dead and you don't realize it. You already got bit by the fucking zombie in The Last of Us, bro. You already got the mushroom fucking disease crawling up your veins and you still haven't realized that you got bit in the ankle. Like, bro, you're the Walking Dead, literally. We're the ones that should be like, you know what? Welcome. We can use more gamers, especially the PlayStation going the live service route. I mean, we don't really need them because we got the numbers, but hey, the more the merrier, right? Helldivers, welcome. Now you get to enjoy greatness. But it's just so ironic that they're the ones saying that shit when we're the ones that should be saying that shit. Because without us, their platform goes, and us, I mean the PlayStation, because we're a PlayStation-centric channel. But without the PlayStation, their whole brand disappears overnight.
Mm. That is kind of. Let me get to this super chat real quick. $4.99 from Cosmic Hero. Thank you for the super chat. Going from Peter Moore to now Phil Spencer and his clown show is such a ducking 180. Now, I don't know why super chats won't let foul language in there. I have no idea. I don't know if that's a setting I control. I'll look into it. I don't mind foul language in them, but I have no idea what's going on. I think Jez's is also set to that. It might be a YouTube thing, because now that I think about it, I don't think I've been allowed to cuss in anybody's super chat. Huh. But yeah, it's a complete 180. But like these titles that are coming over, it's kind of poetic because the company that you want to beat and spend out of the market is the exact same company that has the things that quote unquote we need at Xbox. It has gamers who buy games. It has gamers who aren't so tied to $20 a month to rent my games that sometimes gamers will just try a fucking game because they want to see what it's about. And that's it. Sometimes people want to be contrarian and go, "Oh man, everybody said this game sucks. Let me give it a try. Let me see what the big deal is. Let me see how bad it really is." Turns out, hell, you might like it. This summer has been a summer of absolute gaming growth for me. I've enjoyed 2 sports games this summer. I have played a game and loved a game made by Blizzard. Fuck my life. I didn't realize that would happen again, at least in my lifetime. I'm now playing a Ubisoft game that really is well done. And the fact that I can use the old school blue lens filter makes my fucking heart happy. It's so awesome. You think I'm playing that with the beautiful lighting of the new system they use? Hell no. That thing went back to the blue animus overtones or blue animus undertones as soon as I knew it was an option. And so I'm playing a ton of stuff this summer that I normally wouldn't. That like I'm giving it a shot because I've either A, heard it's good, or B, it's a series I loved, like with Diablo, or I wanted to check it out because somebody told me, hey, Jez told me, hey man, that college football game, it's really good. It's really good. You need to play it. You have EA Plus right now. You have a free trial of it. Go play it. And I did, and it's fucking amazing. It makes me feel... It does what gaming is supposed to do. And it makes me forget about the bullshit. It lets me literally sit down after a 10 to 12 hour day and get lost. And right now I'm getting lost in Baghdad. I was able to get lost in Sanctuary. And these are things that gaming does. And this is things that as a PlayStation gamer, I've done my whole life. Like, I've gone to the Blockbusters and the Videotan Express, and I've gone inside and gone, hey, it's $6 to rent this game for the weekend. Cool. I want to try it out. I'm going to rent it. I've gone to GameStop back when I first had my first job when I was 15. I'd gone into GameStop, picked up a game, flipped it over on the back, and go, huh, that looks cool. Buy it, take it home, and it'd be the worst fucking game ever. But I still bought it, and I still wanted to try it. And that is just the mentality that we have. I can't tell you how many times I see people in the Discord go, picked it up, the game was $5. If I don't like it, it was $5. Like,
yep.
That's what you get over here.
I told you last week about Space Marine 2, I'm like, I bought way worse shit day one for $70. That if this thing is not polished or whatever, it's still better than what I had spent on. And another thing I wanted to say real quick while you're in this little rant here is that I was watching the video or the live of that Xbox centric channel that I think Nelson posted, which by the way, but I got into the part where they were talking about the PS5 Pro. And the question I have for you, Thrifty, and this is hypothetical, of course we don't know, but they were saying how the PS5 Pro is the worst decision that PlayStation can make. PlayStation hasn't even come out with anything that will take advantage of the PS5 Pro. And it's terrible timing because Xbox is coming out with a new console in 2026. And if PlayStation wants to compete, they need to come out with a console at the same time, which is fucking hilarious that they even think that Xbox is fucking competing, you fucking pieces of shit. I'm sorry. Keep going. But the question is, the hypothetical is, do you think that Xbox delayed Avowed from going on Game Pass this year because they had to make room for Forza to go to PS5?
Oh, it wasn't so Game Pass could breathe. Very, very possible. Because they also, if I'm not mistaken, delayed Stalker 2 into November, I believe.
Well, that was Stalker themselves. They've been going through a war. You know, they've been having their been fighting too. It's been insane. That's a little bit different.
Okay.
And it's coming to PlayStation 3 3 months after, anyways.
PlayStation 5, but yes.
Or PlayStation 5. Yeah, what did I say?
PlayStation 3,
Fuck.
yo ass is already onto the retro game again.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Yeah, I mean that could be possible. I mean, if it's coming that quick, like absolutely that could be possible because
What is it? September 27th is the date.
But at the same time, I don't see why that would matter because that game is exclusive to Xbox and PC. So
Oh, you mean they lied again?
giving if that game gets announced for all three systems or for all three, oh my god, if they want to finally lower the casket, that's one hell of a way to do it.
So the real backlogs, I mean, the backlog's always been on PlayStation, but damn, how salty. And, you know, these guys trying to justify, or not justify, but trying to shit on the PS5 Pro, and that is so worthless and all this shit. And I'm like, you're the reason why Xbox has been doing what it's been doing. Because you guys are just saying the dumbest shit like this, happy, acting like it's a fact. Like, bro, all the numbers are saying the exact opposite that you're fucking saying.
The full on opposite. Like, full opposite. It's not even close. Like, PlayStation has beat you combined with ABK, beat your number. PlayStation, not Sony overall, PlayStation. We had a whole show last week, and the whole first hour of the fucking show was me making the distinction between PlayStation and Sony, and between Microsoft and Xbox. Like, they're different. They are, and anyways, not going to get back into that. But PlayStation beat Xbox with the ABK numbers included. And PlayStation didn't have to spend $70 billion to lose.
Dude, they try to compare their $3 billion with Bungie to ABK.
Don't you love that shit?
They're like, oh, they did a terrible job purchasing Bungie. They're having management problems. Like, anything PlayStation touches right now is falling apart. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about,
What is
dude?
that? Is that a 2,000% difference? Is that what that is?
Yeah, something like that, yeah.
Because 200% would be 3, 6, it'd just be 6 or 9. I don't know. That always gets confusing when you start doing it that way. But it's a massive fucking difference is what I'm trying to get at. Like,
dude, all for a game that was coming to its platform any fucking way.
And PlayStation retained the talented developers that they wanted.
Yep.
The talented developers that were at these companies that Microsoft acquired left. So that's why, holding the casket tonight, let's go through the list of pallbearers as we get ready to kind of close this this wake out, as it were. And hang on, let me pull this back up because it is important. I want to do it justice.
Hey, Thrifty, didn't the guys that worked on Forza quit to start their own studio?
Yeah, I think so. That
sounds
right.
Just making sure.
That sounds right. So I just want to make sure that we get the right music playing. So on the pallbearer list for tonight, we have the FTC. They've definitely had their hand in this. We have Game Pass standing off to the far left as an innocent bystander, or so it would seem. You have the Halo Master Chief down there. He's holding up the back end of the casket. He kind of fucked up. His legs are not even human, or are human legs, and he's missing part of his armor, but that's okay. We have Todd Howard from Bethesda. We have ABK trying to prop up the front as hard as they freaking can. They are trying so hard to prop the front of this damn thing up. And then Phil Spencer is underneath the damn thing, and he just can't get off of his knees to save his fucking life. And all of that and more, we just couldn't fit more on the graphic. All of that is the reason why Xbox is now dying. It's the reason why they are dead. It's the reason why they're in the casket. It's the reason why they are having Activision, Blizzard, and Bethesda march them to the death. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to My bad. Are those Arnie's legs? Lieutenant Dan, I got magic legs. Never mind. Sorry. That was Forrest Gump. I was not making fun of people who actually talk like that or have mental issues. Mental disabilities. There we go. I don't even know if you can say it that way anymore. So let's get into my feel-good story of the night, okay? Because I do have a feel-good story. It's one that made me happy when I read it, and as much as I shit on sub-services, I really, really do want to hit on this because I thought it was really cool. As I was looking up some other titles and some other stuff for tonight, I came across this article and I was like, oh, that's neat. But there's a hidden gem inside this article because, damn, let nothing go to waste here. Let nothing go to waste. So here's the article. And Will, I think you're going to like this. Well, actually, matter of fact, when I saw this, I thought of you. Uh, and so Xbox Game Pass and PS Plus help two games player counts increase by 3,000%. Joining PlayStation Plus and Xbox Game Pass has increased the player base of two games by an incredible 3,000%. Both services offer a rotating selection of games every month, providing a mix of new and popular games as well as older and lesser known titles. Two games in particular have seen an incredible boost in players since showing up on the two popular monthly subscription services. So far, I love the way this is written. It's written very nonpartisan. I love that. I can infer my own partisan bias. I don't want to get it from journalists. And so, really, really good there. Two websites, True Trophies and True Achievements, looked at data from over 3.1 million active PSN accounts and 2.4 million Xbox accounts. Doesn't say they're active. Anyways, I would have added active in there. But they report that Ender Lilies saw a boost of over 3,200 or 32,000% in players since joining PS Plus in August of 2024. That just fucking happened. That's really cool. Over on the Xbox side, Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy gained 2,808% more players since it was added to Xbox Game Pass on August 7th. That is an awesome boost as well. Now, I'm going to stop there. We're going to go back up. I don't want y'all reading on yet because the little nugget is right there at the bottom, and it's so freaking good. But here's the thing, guys. This right here, this, in the words of Cat Williams, this shit right here, I can't say what he says at the end. I'm the wrong color. But this shit right here, this is how you use subscription services. This right here. Bringing awareness to titles that people have either A, forgot about, or B, was never on their radar in the first place. I remember seeing a trailer for Ender Lilies and going, oh, that game looks cool, and then poof, it was gone from my mind. And so when I saw it on PS Plus, I was like, oh, wait, I didn't even realize that game had come out. But, like, that's pretty cool. Isn't it weird that... Isn't it weird it went into Game Pass, now they want to play it? Oh, dude, let's, like, not yet. Hang on, because I have some stuff on that. But, like, we talk about it all the time, how PlayStation always uses their sub-services as to get that extra bump, to get that extra popularity for a game, to get that extra little bit, right? Like, they use it to get the absolute most out of the games that come to their console. And it looks like Xbox actually copied something of PlayStation's, and at least with this, ended up doing very well at it. I'm actually fully in support of this, and I think it's fucking awesome to see. Will, do you have a different take on it?
No, I agree. That's exactly what a sub-service should be for. You know, for all those little hidden gems that people, were too small or under-marketed, and you can get a good deal by putting them on the service. And yeah.
Yeah, and they do only care now because it's free. So let's get into this last little bit, and then we're going to close out for the night because anytime within the next 55 minutes, I'm going to use that for gaming, and so I want to go play. Love y'all to death, but I want to go play. And so here we go. The massive boost in player crash, blah blah blah. Okay, Here it is. More players since added to the Xbox game on August 7th. The massive boost in players has landed Crash Bandicoot. Oh, that's cute. I see what you did there. Into the 11th most played Xbox game. The 11th most played Xbox game is a game from, what was that, 7 years ago? Is that 7? When in the hell did the Insane trilogy come out?
I think it was right around there. Isn't this proof that they should just get rid of their day and date?
I mean, yeah. The June 2017. 2017. Damn, Will, you were freaking close. So that is, yeah, 7 fucking a 7-year-old game with how many users? Okay, so the amount of users was actually listed in the article. 2.4 million Xbox accounts. 2.4.
That's it?
Yep, 2.4 million Xbox accounts and 3.1 million active PSN accounts.
Sheesh.
And so it became the 11th most played game on Xbox, guys. That's really bad. Now, Ender Lilies has gone up, and this is why words are so important. Wara joked earlier that we were in English class with Thrifty, but this is why words are important. Because right after that, this writer says, meanwhile, Ender Lilies has gone from not even showing up in the top 500 to being an impressive 8th most played game this month. So, 11th most played Xbox game, period. 8th most played game this month. There's a huge fucking difference.
Wow.
There is a huge fucking difference in both of the ways that those sentences read. And maybe the guy at Screen Rant or the girl at Screen Rant will come out and say, hey, there were some issues here, and maybe they'll correct it. Maybe they meant to write this exactly how it reads. All I know, more than likely, all I know is it's shit like this too that shows that not only will you not buy your games, but you won't even play the motherfuckers.
Yep.
Like, it's one thing if I sent photos in the Discord of when I buy a game, like everybody does in the Discord. Whenever somebody buys a game, they're like, oh, cool, hey, look, I got this. And then somebody will inevitably go, yeah, man, I got mine shipped, it's coming in. Like, Will post something, Hero will go, yeah, I spent it on that too, I got that edition coming. Or Josh will say, well, hell, I'm still waiting on mine, can't get it right now, it's not available over here, they're charging this for it. And we get to kind of see what the market looks like around the world for these games. But like, when I post a photo, how fucked up would it be if I just keep buying games and never installed them, never played them, never did anything like that? What would that make me? That would make me fake. That would mean that I'm in violation of the FTC's new ruling. Because I'd be in violation if I did a review on it. Or if I said, like, yeah, guys, I bought it here. And here's the deal, guys. Anytime y'all want to call me out on my bullshit, y'all can. There's a lot of people in the Discord who have direct access to my PlayStation account. They can, not the account, sorry, but like all of my stats and everything. You can go on there and see. There was, last week, I was part of the on-call team, and I worked like 65 hours last week, and I didn't game much. And I told my wife, I was like, I am super surprised I have not gotten a message from somebody, because this was on like Thursday night, and I'd finally turned on the PlayStation. So it was like 4 days without any activity on there. And I told my wife, I was like, I'm surprised nobody has asked me if I'm okay. Like, because we can all see what everybody's doing at all times. And so, like, I can get on there and I can go, oh, Will must have had a rough day. He's playing Power Wash Simulator. He's trying to unplug his brain for a little bit.
Facts.
Got it. Cool. I'm not even going to say nothing. Like, I'm just going to let him wash some buildings. He's going to be living his best life, chilling out, having a great time. I can look on there and go, hell, Salty's over there playing Fortnite. He must be in the mood to game, just trying to unplug as well. He's doing great, having so much fun. Awesome. I can see people who I used to run with on COD still, who are now playing like Destiny, or I see them playing. Oh shit, what was that game that came out? The Finals. Like, I'll see them playing all that, and I'm like, man, this is great. Like, you can actually see what people are doing. And then I look over and I see King Thrash playing some fucking game I've never even heard of.
Oh
And
yeah,
like,
some crazy JRPG.
I'm just like, that's a game. Sure, cool. Never heard of it. Awesome. But like, it's that type of community where we can literally look around and go, okay, cool. Everybody's playing these games. I actually, fun fact, sometimes when I go to like purchase a game, I see what friends have bought the game or played it.
Yeah, me too.
So I can be like, all right, I know that if Nelson's all over this thing and Will's all over this thing, and then add Wooly, like if it shows Wooly on there, I'm like, yeah, I'm probably gonna love the shit out of this game. And like same with all the others, like retro titles. If I see that Nelson bought it, I'm probably buying it because that dude, he loves the same type of retro style games that I do. And so there is a lot of stuff that could be done differently over on the Xbox side. The problem
Thrifty.
is, go ahead.
I'm sorry, no, go finish.
I was gonna say the problem
problem
is that it's too late now. You can't undo this. You know, back last year, at the beginning of last year, we were like, listen, no, sorry. Was Redfall last year? Yes.
Yeah.
After Redfall, we were like, all right, Starfield has to come out and be amazing. The whole community was like, it's going to be an 11 out of 10, but even if it is, it's not going to sell consoles. Okay. Shit. And then the marketing came out, and then all of this. And during all of that, we said, especially here on this channel, is all that they need is 2 to 3 consistent 7.5 out of 10, 8.5 out of 10 type of games. Consistent, good quality, decent games that can come out, not be major, massive blockbusters, but just be complete titles at launch. Give them what they want. And what did they do? They gave a broken ass Starfield, then they gave an incomplete Forza, and those were the two things that literally Redfall, cool. Developer didn't like what they were doing. There was uninspired. There was no passion in the project. It was literally just for the paycheck and being told that they had to do it. Awesome. Starfield and Forza, there's absolutely no excuse for it. They worked on Starfield for 10 fucking years. No
Longer
excuse.
than that with the planning and shit.
Right. Like, there's no excuse at all. That's the first nail. And then you get the ABK deal. That's awesome. I'm sorry, the ABK deal was actually the first nail. And then you have the Starfield problem. Then, coming out after that, then you have the Baldur's Gate problem. Then you had Forza. Then you had developers skipping your system where PlayStation had not a fuck to do with it.
Wukong.
Like, no, I'm talking about still last year.
Oh, yeah. Fuck.
Like, you had developers come out and go, yeah, we're not making it for the Xbox right now. Maybe later.
Or we'll make it later, yeah.
Or we'll make it later. Everything is we'll make it later because when you say that, your plans can change. That's why my kid hates it when I don't give him a definitive answer. Because I was like, hey, man, I'll get to it later. He looks at me and goes, Dad, later? And I'm like, okay.
Yeah, you know what the fuck you're trying to say with that. You know.
He goes, and I'm like, all right, yeah, you got me. Okay, cool, I'll do it now. And so he knows, we know, we're working on it. What that means is get the fuck away from me. That's what that means. Like, go. And so, like, that's essentially what Xbox has told y'all, not y'all, but Xbox fans for years now. Just go away. Just go away. I don't have time for you. We're learning. We're working on it. Well, the bill always comes due. And Satya Nadella is not going to take for this type of loss. He's already not taking for this type of loss. I don't think it was Phil Spencer who wanted games to go to PlayStation. I don't think it was Phil Spencer who wanted Game Pass to be the end-all, be-all thing that he had to push and he had to do. I honestly feel like he's just a yes man right now. And
He's got no choice.
he has literally, this goes back to mid last year. The dude is fighting with every fiber in his being to, one, keep his job, and two, try for everything he can to keep Xbox alive. And the problem is, no matter what they do now, it is way, way, way too far gone. I think anybody who is an X... I'm sorry, go ahead. I've talked a lot. Go ahead. Give us your thoughts on this, and then we're going to wrap up.
Is I'm going to put my business cap on real quick, and just going solely based off the information that Thrifty just read on the article about Crash Bandicoot, and what was the other one? Lotus...
the
other game.
Ender Lilies.
Ender Lilies. Just based off that little bit of information, this is what I would do. I would say, okay, so it's the 11th game, Crash Bandicoot, most played game, 11th of all time on Xbox. We own the IP. All right, what we're going to do is we're going to create a AAA big budget game with Crash Bandicoot. We're going to try to do the game so it pleases the old fans, and we're going to do some shit that pleases new fans or bring new fans in and kind of create a little mesh between old and new.
Sonic Frontiers.
Sonic Frontiers is a perfect example of that, right? It's going to be a 7 out of 10 game, but it's going to be good to where people are going to be like, you know what? Nostalgia's a bitch. I want it. And the new people are going to be like, you know what? It's got some shit I like. I like it. Good. Then we're going to make the announcement. Sorry, guys, but based on the data, day one games are not working on Game Pass, so we're going to discontinue that at the end of the year. As soon as that discontinue, bam, we're going to release Crash Bandicoot. We're going to do it for $59.99, not hit it with the 70, but $59.99, $69.99 for the season pass included, and that means that you'll get story DLC and some skins. And if you do pre-order, then you get an old Crash Bandicoot fucking PS2 style gameplay, like arcade, like in.
That's exactly what I was thinking, like a skin that changes him to the old graphic.
To the old.
Yeah.
And then you can maybe do like a little 8-bit game within a game, right? A little third wall in action, like Nathan Drake in.
Yeah, I was about to say like Uncharted. Yeah.
Right. That's what I would do. And then, as soon as the Game Pass, announcement goes through, meaning that December 31st, whatever year is the last day of day and date, January 20th, I'm dropping it, $59.99. Start things off. Mm-hmm. But what Xbox is going to do is they're going to say, oh shit, Crash Bandicoot's doing really well. They'll do either A, well, we'll just ignore the IP, or B, they would spend $500 million on it and then put it on Game Pass. Like, look at us. Look how many subscribers we're not going to get. And just keep rolling down the same ball of shit that they've been fucking rolling down with. But you see how simple it is? Just take simple fucking data. And as gamers, we came up a much better business plan than Xbox has done the last fucking decade.
And that was 4 minutes. That was 4 minutes.
That was 4 minutes. And I literally thought about it. This Thrifty said Crash Bandicoot. I told myself, oh man, I did see Crash Bandicoot on Game Pass. It doesn't fucking matter because I bought the game, so I got it. Should I download it? And this is my internal thinking, right? Should I play it? I don't know. I got a lot on your plate right now. Well, you've been playing a lot of shit. Plus, you got more shit you want to play. I'm like, damn, Wukong comes out next week. Space Marine. Oh, fuck it. I'll play it in the holidays because I got some time off, some PTO. I'll play it there because I really like Crash. And then Thrifty got halfway done through the fucking article, and I started thinking about it. And then fucking a minute later, I start talking about it, and Thrifty chimes in with a couple of his ideas, and bam, idea, game. Fucking let's sell 3 million copies. Fucking simple, dude.
Just call
These
it
guys
done.
forget that these are just games, man. Like they're fun, dude. Like let's get creative. Let's get some fucking. And if you really want to make some waves, get some of the people that worked on Crash back in fucking '98. You know what I'm saying? Or whenever the
Yeah.
fuck the game came out, and make it a marketing ploy. Who cares if they don't work on the fucking game? Cut them a check for a couple $100,000 just to attach their name to the fucking thing, and here, go do interviews. Tell them how we're gonna fucking bring the nostalgia back. You know, they get a fucking another creator that's up to par with the new kids, and you talk about the fucking new shit that we're gonna do that's gonna entice them. Simple fucking deal here. What's so complicated about that? Am I
So,
wrong, Thrifty, or am I just talking too much shit?
no, I'm actually about to tell you something super simple in AC Mirage that made me so fucking happy. And I mentioned it in the Discord earlier. The fact that once you complete kind of the tutorial, they give you the assassin garment and it's
Oh, yeah.
actually white with a hood and it
Mhm.
it I mean, my god, dude, I was I was back playing the original Assassin's Creed. Like in that moment with the dialect with the dialect on the characters' voices and all that, and even going further with them actually using Arabic when they're talking to each other. Like,
I really like that. Yeah.
it's fucking
And even the people
awesome.
talking, like when you walk by them and they're talking amongst themselves, it's Arabic.
I know, and I'm like, this brought me one little ratty white outfit because it was attached to something that I had fond memories of, being Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, and Revelation. It literally, the game earned my respect. Like, because in Valhalla, in order to play with the white robes, you had to, like, you could get them through your Ubisoft Connect points, and you could get Ezio's robe or Altair's robe or what have you. That's great, and that's all well and good, but I, even when you put it on Ivor, it looks totally out of place.
Yeah, it
Like,
does. It
it's
just doesn't match the vibe, the schematic. It doesn't because they're Vikings and his hair and the tattoo, like it just don't fit right.
right, and it didn't fit right in Odyssey either. It sort of fit in Egypt. I feel like it sort of fit in Egypt because I think I used Ezio's outfit in Assassin's Creed Origins for most of the game because I love Ezio. But
Yeah, I think the
something,
Italian just hits hard. You know, Ezio being Italian, and then the Middle East. I just think that it's a Europe. Assassin's Creed goes really well with like European. You know,
no,
what do you
I
call
would
that?
say it goes really well with Middle East.
Well, yeah, Middle East for sure. But that whole like, because Italy's closer to the Middle East, and you know that's what I mean by like that central, you know, Europe, Middle East
Yeah,
area. I
I
just think
would.
it goes really well with the lore. Because remember, guys, there's so much history, like Iran, Iraq, you know,
Mhm.
all the middle. There's so much history in that part of the world that you could really dive into that.
Like, quite literally ancient history in that
Mm-hmm.
part of the world. And so
Yep.
it's so rich with the way they've presented the game that a little so no little tiny shit in games like that where you can get an 8-bit skin, hell no. And let's say you get an 8-bit skin for completing, like, you get a different skin each time you complete a like an area. You know, like the areas will have like 6 or 8 different zones inside of them, and let's say you get a new skin for beating those areas or whatnot. Like, that type of shit is something that gamers would absolutely eat up. Don't hide it behind a paywall.
Yeah.
It's Crash Bandicoot. It's a throwback. It's an old school. You're trying to pull on nostalgia.
Yeah.
Don't make it part of a fucking extra $10 skin pack.
Oh.
Let us earn it. Let them.
Yeah.
People would
Bring
buy
the
that
old school
shit in a
back.
fucking heartbeat.
Dude, and for those that say that it won't work, look at Stellar Blade, dude. They did like 80 outfits all free. You just had to work for it. And you know what? I was excited to get each one of those outfits. I didn't care if they were ugly or not or if I liked it. I just wanted to get it. It's like a little collectible thing. And that's why Pokemon was so successful is yeah, because the Pokemon themselves were cool and you fight them, but also it's the collection part of it. you know? And I just think that if they took some of those elements from how they used to do it, man, like just earning this shit, there's other ways. I just posted on X a couple of days ago where I said, "Dear developers, stop chasing fads. That's going to bankrupt you. The way that you make money is by making an incredible IP and you make the gamer want to buy everything you put out for it. Whether it's DLCs, that's how you do it, man. You come out with a good game and the game is so good that you just want more of it. You want more lore. So you start wanting to buy books, comic books. You want to see the movies. Fuck, you want a Funko Pop, you know, and then you just waiting for that DLC to drop. You know, you're so excited that you want your friends to fucking play it too. So you might even send them a $20 PlayStation gift card so they can join you in the DLC, especially if the game is co-op. Those are the ways that you can make money, and the money that you make from it is what I call clean money, meaning that you fucking earned it. You came out with a product, it's phenomenal. You sold it to the customer, it's polished, it's complete how it should be, and the customer's having a great time. And that word of mouth is going to spread, and the customer feels valued. The gamer feels valued.
Man, I agree. Xbox has fucked up. They don't value anybody, and they just need to listen to our show and take our ideas and cut us a check for them, and
Absolutely.
then they will be
And
like,
I don't want a free Xbox. Fuck that shit.
fuck that shit.
I'm not a journalist, but I actually game.
Yeah, and listen, I am cutting 2 points off of Assassin's Creed Mirage. So anybody who watches the review I do on it, just know it's not getting higher than an 8. Just for the simple fact that there is zero um, real world tie-in stuff, even with Layla or with the Desmond stuff that you know resurfaced a bit, or like so. Yeah, love the fact you took it back to the roots a little bit with the setting and the close quarter combat and running through buildings and all this other stuff. It's super fun. Love that. But the fact that you've completely abandoned the real world tie-in, y'all are dumb, y'all are stupid, and you shouldn't have done that. Anyways, with that, speaking of dumb and stupid and shouldn't have done it, look at the thumbnail. You can see all the things that Xbox shouldn't have done, and you can be reminded, as I was, of all the fucking decisions that have led to this, because this didn't happen overnight. This wasn't because of anything else except the decisions that were made a long time ago. So there's a song by an artist. It's a Christian artist. His name is KB, and he basically has a song that is playing through what happens to, or what has happened to some Christian artists, where they are touring on the road, end up cheating on their wife or something, and lose their career, lose their family, and lose respect of the community, and have to go through all of that. And he's talking about how this guy is performing on stage this Christian song, this song where it's all talking about Jesus and all this other stuff, and he sees this girl who DM'd him on Instagram in the front row wearing the same dress that he commented on. And anyways, the story progresses and the song progresses, and they end up back at a hotel. And it's like he said that's not where you he said basically that's not where you messed up. You were dead before you stepped in, uh, because every single fall is from 100 bad decisions. And that's exactly what's happening here. Like, when we get to a point where we have done something so egregious that there's no coming back from it, you didn't get there on accident. You got there from 100 bad decisions. And that's what we see with Xbox. We have seen time and time again bad decisions. We've seen time and time again anti-consumer stuff. We have seen time and time again Phil Spencer come out and give his little rah-rah speech and look like a dog that just got hit in the head with a newspaper with his tail tucked between his legs. Sorry guys, we're learning. Yeah, that's an area y'all have never really been good at before or in recent memory. And you go, I didn't know if we actually say I'd struggle with it, but definitely it's not something. No, Phil, y'all fucking suck. And that was in relation to first-party IP. It was an interview that he did last year, I believe, or 2 years ago. And so we're still getting the same stuff from them. Xbox has made all of these decisions. Microsoft has enabled all of these bad decisions. A lot, or several of them, I think Microsoft has actually forced on Xbox. And now Xbox consoles are all but in the grave. I think, man, with the slow death that they're having, I'd give it 12 more months before we figure out that it's gone forever. And it sucks. It's the end of an era. It's the end of competition, really, for PlayStation until the next startup tries to come in or the next big company tries to get into the console game. So we'll have to see how PlayStation handles that. But guys, for coverage on all of that type of stuff, y'all can stop by here every Wednesday night at 8:45. Like, subscribe, comment if you haven't already. You can follow Will777JP on every social media. On X, on YouTube, and on PlayStation. It's the same exact name all the way across because his websites like him more than they like me. You can find me on Twitter.
It's because of the JP at the end, but if I just use Will777, I'd be fucked.
Oh, I bet, dude. But yeah, the JP helps you. But on X, it's at ThriftyPSGR. On PlayStation, it's ThriftyPS_GR. And you can follow me there, or you're already here. So hit that subscribe button, join the Discord, link is below. Y'all have an absolutely wonderful night. Goku, what's up, man? Good to see you. Dang, we got up to 28. I guess Jez must have ended. What's up, Quiet? Thank y'all for stopping in. Sea Fresh, how are you? Sorry, guys. I've been up literally pacing the entire time. And so I haven't interacted with the chat as much. I do apologize. I have been hyped for this episode since earlier today, and I was clearly told in my Discord that I better have brought the same energy. So I hope I did. I hope it hasn't been disappointing, and I hope that y'all have a wonderful night. And